Welcome to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, TDT, and you can refer to me as Miss T or just plain old TT. Y'all saw the thumbnail. This is the Errol Spence. What is the real reason why you don't want to fight Keith Thurman? You know, inquiring minds would love to know. But we'll answer that and more. But first, y'all know the drill. Let's turn to. Welcome back to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, TDT. You can refer to me as Miss T. I know I've been gone. I know, like a lot of us, we've been caught up in this takeoff situation. I want to say rest in peace to that young man. I want to pray that that's the last straw, that this type of senseless killing stops and everything. Life is precious. That's just what I believe. And his life and everybody's life, whether you're a celebrity, famous, rich, or whatever, or the poorest person on earth, your life is precious, and we have to value that. It kind of hit close, considering what I just been through. I was like, not again. I get bothered by anybody, but this was probably just not the right time. So I had to take time for myself, gather my thoughts or whatever and everything, because this is just crazy, I could say a lot about that situation. I don't know those people. I've heard of Jay Prince Sr. I ain't never knew about his sons until this situation. I didn't know about Duke the Jeweler until this situation. I didn't know a lot about a lot of this stuff because I don't really follow that stuff and be into it. But, it was senseless and crazy. So I can't sanction or get behind shit like that. All I can do is pray that cooler heads prevail. I know that the folks involved, they might not see it that way. But hey, remember Newton's law: for every action, there's an opposite but equal reaction. So um, go back to those cliches. I thought about putting a book together with some of them old cliches from back in the day. We need to start living by those cliches, i.e., principles instead of feelings. But anywho, y'all see the thumbnail. But let me first ask in my humblest humblest voice ever. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, you don't need to do so. You're locked in. But definitely every time you come in here, hit the like and share button. If you're watching me on replay, please hit the like and share button and leave a comment. I read them. I think about it. I'm open-minded. I'm me. You are you. But I am open-minded. And if you have any questions about anything that I've said in the past or say today, hit me up at boxingfanstalk@gmail.com or leave a comment after the replay or whatever. I'll get back to you most expeditiously in my TI voice as soon as I can. But also you can hit me up at Boxing Fans Talk TV. That's through the Cash App. All donations go right back into the channel, and I appreciate everyone who have donated in the past, present, and future. And that's on the screen as well. Y'all know what I do at the beginning or top of my hour. We do a water check, water check, water check. And we advocate here at Boxing Fans Talk TV that everybody stay hydrated. Winter, spring, summer, fall, uh, no matter the season. Stay hydrated. Drink you 100 ounces of water. If shoot for that. If you're not a big water drinker, we talk about the 2 times at least during the day that you should drink water. That's first thing in the morning. Before you get your toes on the floor, before you get into your morning routine, drink about 8 ounces of water so you don't forget. Leave it on your nightstand. So when you wake up, before you even got to get out the bed, there it is right there. Learn how to drink water at room temperature. It's okay. It tastes good. If you're thirsty, you need to drink water. That's another tactic too. If you ever find yourself just real, real thirsty, drink water instead of soda or something else. Just drink some water. Also, at night before you go to sleep, you get out the shower, get in your PJs, you're reading a magazine article or a book or something, or watching a program before you go to sleep. Drink you some water. The American Heart Association agrees that water is good for your heart, helps things move around. A lot of reads going on when you have your deep sleep for the night, revamping, rebooting, recharging, recleaning. So, those are important things that must happen in your body every day. The water is only going to help all of that move efficiently and as quickly as possible in a timely manner. And so you want to drink your water. Make sure you stay hydrated, at all times. Now, the average person, like at least from 16 up, you could drink a gallon. A gallon of water is 128 ounces. We know the formula is half your body weight in ounces of water. Just keep drinking your water. Drink, 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 drink. If you fall off one day, get back on the horse the next day. After all, tomorrow is another day. So, anywho, talking about being hydrated and stuff. Let me get some shout outs. Reginald Peters is in the building. What's poppin', King? He said, "Hey, Miss T, miss you. Thanks, Doc. Thanks, Doc. Thanks, Doc. Thanks, Doc. I appreciate it. Yeah, because that's like a common problem, Reginald, in America today. I do when I'm talking about all over the globe. But I'm American, so I be more specified a lot of times. Not to leave you other countries out. I don't care where you are. Drink your water. But that's a common problem. It leads to some detrimental things that people just don't even realize. Dehydration is real in the field. It does damage when you go through that. And people get dehydrated all the time. Stop it. Stop with the man. It's like having a concussion. Not like they similar in their ailment, but like how people can often have concussions and don't even know it. Like you don't want to always have concussions throughout your life and think you're not gonna pay for that when you get older. Same thing with being dehydrated. You're gonna pay for all of that when you get older. I know when you're young, you feel invincible, you can't see it, but take somebody who's older's word. When I was young, I couldn't see it neither. There's a lot of things I couldn't see. And now pay for it when you get older. You don't have to go through it. We telling you, and people was telling us too. But now information is widely spread and can be easily accessed. You should know better. I think the way information is floated these days, you should know better. Demetrius Ross is in the building. What's poppin', King? He says, "Salute, Queen Miss T. Salute to you too, King." So y'all saw the thumbnail. And y'all know I'm gonna be on his neck. Cause I just see things differently. I'm not, there is no hate with it. He's still a black man. He's still a black man that I would love to support and will root for. Always. He's still a black man. But when you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't give a care what color you are. When you're wrong on some things. And some ain't right all the way. And their thinking, rationality, or their logic. And so I point these things out. Because it can't be always one-sided. So y'all see the thumbnail, I said Errol Spence. What is the real reason? You got to tell us why you don't want to fight Keith Thurman. Your surrogates cannot tell us. You going to have to come out and tell us. And then I pose the question, are you scared of something? Or what is it? What is it? So you got, because of how they did their business, and I cannot blame Terrence Crawford on what has transpired this year. I don't even know if I blame Errol Spence all the way, other than the fact that these are people you chose to roll with. It's just like when Terrence found out, I guess he felt a certain way. I don't know what he said, but he might have felt a certain way when Errol got the fight with Pacquiao. And what did Errol say? Real flippy, like, don't blame me, blame Bob. Okay, same thing, Errol. Don't blame us, blame Al. Keep the same energy. And I learned that phrase from Errol. I'm sure somebody else came up with keep that same energy, but I learned that from Errol saying that, to be honest. That's where I heard it from. And that was a good little phrase, keep the same energy. Now, we know how Errol Spence came to prominence, in this boxing world or community. And that's because he supposedly had pieced Mayweather up in sparring. And, Mayweather didn't come out and emphatically deny it, so it had to be true. Errol Spence watched his words, because he did, because he know what type of egotistical person Mayweather can morph into. So he watched his words. He didn't deny it neither, but he didn't, like rub it in or nothing like that. He didn't rub it in. Oh, shit. Look at the big little bro. The Mac mob is in the building. What's popping, King? He said, blessings to the queen. Welcome to the building. Bless you, too. But we know that he came to his prominence from just, off of that, oh, you beat Mayweather? And like I said, there was nobody denying it, so they roll with that shit. So that's how he got the big head. I ain't going to even say that's how he got a big head, because already he must have been one of those type people, had the big head anyway. I don't think you just off of a situation morph into some shit like that. That's his problem. He had put himself above. It's like the arrogance or the conceitness of it all. And these are real emotional feelings that people can have. They can be envy, jealous, conceited, arrogant, whatever. I think arrogance do go along hand in hand with boxing. If you're not an arrogant guy, you don't need to be in no kind of sport that's physical at all. Females too. You don't need to be in nothing physical if you ain't got no little bit of arrogance with you. Now, everything else, the conceitedness, I don't think it go hand in hand. But if you're going to have something, you better have it better be more like an 80-20. 20% you conceited, 80% you're not. But Errol Spence has a high level of conceitedness. I mean, you can recognize it throughout his career. Like I said, he got his prominence from that sparring session with Mayweather. Mayweather, call it avoiding, call it ducking, and Mayweather is my favorite fighter, first and foremost. But call it whatever you want to call it. He didn't want to get in there with them young lions, because Keith Thurman was young, prime, and ready, and was calling Mayweather out on a regular. He wanted that smoke with Mayweather. Mayweather won't go give it to him. So Mayweather was like, hey, fight Errol. He threw him in his pathway to get Keith to stop talking about trying to get a fight with him. And it worked. But Errol, being so conceited, really believed the hype. Like, here's a guy with a handful of fights, believe that he's supposed to be fighting the second top welterweight in the division. Because Mayweather being number one, Keith Thurman being number two, hands down. He felt like all the people that was before him should move out the way and let him up in there. That's some conceit shit, if you ever heard it. Then, on top of that, fast forward to when he had one belt. And I believe, I can't remember the year, but I always say 2019. It was September 2019 or September 2018, one of the two. He did an interview. It seemed like it was after a fight, like a press conference. I don't know if it was his fight, but he had a blue sweater on. And all that, but that was the day that he tried to assassinate Terrence Crawford's character. He was dropping a lot of nuggets that I took away. But one of the biggest nuggets that he dropped is he said, and if we fight, I'm the A side. How the fuck is you the A side? You've been in this one division. You ain't did half the shit or accomplished half the shit old boy did. And you got one belt, and so did he. How does that make you automatically A side? The conceitness of it all. And I think it's that conceitiness that gets him kind of, tripped up. We all say that Keith Thurman at one point, it did start looking like a duck. But if you got to go by what somebody say, you got to go by what somebody say. If Keith Thurman said that he was hurt, injured, and he needed a tune up on the body parts from the doc, then that's what the fuck he needed. We have to get that excuse for Earl with the eye. Earl with the car crash. We can't give it to nobody else but Earl. Earl's is more legit. Nobody else's. We all human beings. That shit legit for everybody. The Mac Mob said, cooking so hard, Mike blew up. Oh, okay. So I'm just saying, everybody started looking at it at one point, man, you avoiding him. And I got to admit, as a big time Keith Thurman fan, I was like, they ain't looking too good. Because pushback after pushback after pushback. But if you think about it, having me been involved with training, boxing coaching, yes, I have done it, with kids, and I work mostly with kids. And I see when they get hurt and how you got to take time off and all this stuff. There's injuries all along. We start them off at 8. If they're more mature, then we can start them out at 5. But usually around 8 years old, because at 5, you can't really, they just learning how to follow orders and work as a collective. You know what I'm saying? So, we see them get injured. We have to sit them down and all this stuff. So if you imagine any one of those fighters starting at a young age and now they fully grown, they in their mid-20s, you don't think they suffer from injuries? You don't think at one point, and this is like, that wasn't that long ago, Keith is what, 33, 34? I don't know, something like that. So we talking late 20s, early 30s? You don't think at that point the motherfucker needed a rest? Even Floyd Mayweather needed a rest when he came. Remember when he came back to fight what's the guy who beat Pacquiao? Why am I forgetting names? Marquez. Didn't he come off a layoff when he fought Marquez? Contrast that against, or juxtapose that against when Floyd first started fighting. If you go back and look at his box rec, every month, sometimes a couple of times in a month for the first 2.5 years. You don't think at one point somebody gonna need to rest? But you think the body is invincible? I know as in the young mind, people do think that, but you quickly learn by the time you get to your 30s, you ain't invincible. You like everybody else. You bleed like everybody else. So we had to accept what Keith was saying, and then we eventually looked at him like he was ducking. So we now, Earl, Because of that, because he didn't want to give you your shine with 5 fights under your belt. He didn't want, you want the top dog. He won't looking for you. And then what you grow up to do the same goddamn thing. So now you Keith Thurman 2.0. The same thing. Now years and years have passed. And by the way, I say the same thing about the Charlos. I don't care which one of them is it, but one of them is always talking about like they don't want to fight Andre because he pulled out. Andre gave his reason why he pulled out, that somebody was over there trying to represent him that he wasn't even affiliated with, and he ain't know nothing about this shit that was going down, so you can't even hold him to the shit. Now that's what Andre said. That's why he pulled out. But regardless of whatever the reason was, if you're not fighting him today because of that, you think we dumb and we believe that shit? No, because you know he is high risk. He's high risk. Now, everybody believe that Keith Thurman was always scared of Errol Spence. Maybe Keith look at it like, you high risk, but right now I'm chasing my dream. And you're getting in the way of my dream. And for me to fight you, it's like looking backwards because you ain't holding all the cards. So because Keith handled you, Errol Spence, like you're now handling other people, that's a reason to don't want to fight him. That's a reason to hate this man. Y'all don't even hang out. Y'all probably got each other's numbers or maybe not. He in Florida, you in Texas. Y'all ain't even running across each other. Where the hate come from? And this is boxing. You supposed to fight the best, right? Well, right now, Keith Thurman ain't lost his status. He lost to one person, and that was Manny Pacquiao. And if you're going to lose to somebody, I guess he'll be the one to lose to. Somebody big like that. But you got hate for this man and you don't even want to fight him. Okay? And you wouldn't even be in this motherfucking predicament if you took Crawford's advice. Crawford said he had some hedge fund companies or something that reached out to him that said, hey, we're going to give you some money. You didn't even want to bite on that shit. Let me ask my second daddy, Al, first. No one, Al, going to say no. You proving the point that I've been asking for years, and I got my answer recently, not that long ago. But I always say, whatever Al is doing, is Errol aware of it? And if he is, it is his fault. It is his fault. Because you know how the man feels. You know how he get down. But you running around here all these years acting like it ain't you that's holding up the fight. And you let people lie on your behalf and you don't even try to correct them. That makes you a liar. Straight up and down. Miss Tahari Do, welcome to the building, Queen. She said, hello, peace and blessings to you. Hope all is well. Just stopping in to show love from the Just Do Boxing family and the TWT family. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Mr. Golden is in the building. What's up, ACO? Lady T, what's up, Queen? Hey, what's going on? Mac Ma, what's up, little bro? And then Captain Full G, what's good, Lady T? Hey, what's good, King? And Mac Miles said, Mr. Golden, how you doing, big bro? Yeah. So Keith treated you accordingly. And if you didn't like it, why would you turn around and do the same? That's what I call fugazi. Balance them scales out. If you didn't like it, that's why I say, man, somebody need to make a book with all the old cliches, i.e. principles of life. If you don't like some shit, then why on earth would you turn around and do the same thing? That don't make sense to nobody but your ass. Okay? So you did all that shit, and now they talking like the Thurman fight with you ain't gonna happen. You only in this predicament because y'all didn't make the fight with Bud. And then your haters, his haters, your fans are out there trying to spark up other little things like, oh, because of Canahan. I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I'm trying to choose my words carefully about this one. Okay, I'm not Barbara Badass by no means. Yes, everybody know that I did 20 years in the military, in the Navy. Y'all know what my job was. I've told y'all before. Y'all can go look it up. I was CTT. Okay. My job took me around the world. All right. And I'm going to name a couple of federal agencies that I did not work with. That I know off the top of my head that I didn't work with, because I pretty much worked with all of them. The Department of Treasury, did not work with them. The post office, did not work with them. Even though the post office do their own funding, they don't get a dime of the taxpayers' money. They still a federal agency. So I did not work with them. Who else? The Department of Agriculture, did not work with them. Maybe the EPA, but I think I did, but maybe them, did not work with them. But I work with the badass motherfuckers. I sure did. So even though I didn't handle a situation or work with anybody like with this Canahan, I don't know shit about it, but what I read, just like y'all, I didn't have those situations, but I've been around the block, okay? And some things just don't add up for me. They want to run with this excuse. Remember when they ran with the MTK? Bud was signed to them. Everybody under MTK Global have collapsed under that. They failed. They lost out. Everybody caught it. You know what I'm saying? They all caught it. You know who didn't catch it? Bud. That just tells me what I felt from the beginning. He was never signed with them. Just because you talk to somebody, that don't mean shit. Oh, it's a problem. It's a problem. This guy, Canahan, was a problem last year. When the Department of Treasury, Homeland Security, and the FBI is on your ass, they on your ass. Interpol, too. They on your ass. Foreign entities equivalent to our FBI is on his ass, too. Now, I don't know much about the guy, and I don't care to know. But I'm talking about him in regards to boxing. So for the folks that want to use that excuse, like this fight was made hard because of him, y'all missing me with that one. Straight missing me, because one thing I can say from being around the block is shit don't work like that. It just don't work like that. If it was a problem, then how did the Porter fight happen? You know what? I'll wait for that answer, because ain't nobody gonna give it. And let me tell you something. When the government like that on those three fronts, the Department of Treasury, FBI, and Homeland Security, put a target on you, they have tipped their hand to let you know that they own you, right? Before they get to that point, they know everything. Everything. That's why it's a felony to even lie to a federal agent. Carries 5 years. What other law enforcement, they got it like that? You can lie to the police all the time. They ain't gonna carry no extra time. You ain't gonna get in trouble for that to a certain extent, but you will talking to the feds. They already know, shawty. And which one is it? Y'all say that Terrence Crawford is dumb? Well, if he dumb, how is he that clever to avoid the feds? Don't make sense, do it. If they know everything about you and they got a target on you, they're going to squeeze everybody around you. Terrence Crawford is not that high and mighty to the federal government that they're going to spare him. They would have put the hammer down on his ass already. But he made that Porter fight. He would even know that ain't no sense even trying to make a fight. He would know. The word would really be out on him. So all these lies of why the fight didn't happen, going back to the Errol Spence thing that I'm talking about, you don't make sense, bro. You don't make sense because you don't want to fight Keith Thurman, but because you're trying to save face at this point. You will further show how much you not a boss. Or some people can even go so far as to say how weak you really are, because when December 17th come and you're on that car fighting Keith Thurman, what you gonna say then? What you gonna say? Go to say Mac Mile, I'm blessed how they talk to each other. Castle Full G, what's good, fam? Aaron Smith, welcome to the building. What's popping, Keith? He said Errol don't want to give Keith a big payday. A payday. But see, all of this is, let me tell you how y'all men be saying it. Let me see if I can go against the women that say this. He acting like a real bitch right now. You know how y'all say that's female acting shit. Really? You mad because this man was stiff arming you with his own career. You turn right around and become this man 2.0, doing it to others. And that is a reason why you can't fight him. Your daddy said you got to fight him. We going to see how tough you really are. We going to see. All we got to do is sit back and listen and wait and let the dust settle. Caps Full say, what's good, Mac Mob? Golden said, Caps Full, salute to you. And Caps Full said, salute, Mr. Golden. Truck 84 is in the building. What's poppin', King? He said, what's up, Miss T? What's good with you? We gonna see how tough Errol Spence really is. Remember, he hangs on every word and feeling that Al wants. I work with Al. I listen to Al. You know, Al, why break it? Why break it if it ain't broke? It's been broke, dog. That's what Terrence was saying about Bob. And then, why did he sue him? Because Bob didn't do everything he said he was going to do. Bob didn't have a problem with Terrence after the Kell Brook fight, probably because he was trying to get Terrence to, he was trying to get a warm and fuzzy all along. Is Terrence going to re-sign with him? That, you wanted him to re-sign, Bob, and he was not going to do it, and you knew that a year out. That's why Bob was talking shit. I'm saying, like, that's why I always say this thing. I said, people do what they want. Everybody, it's a business, Miss T. People don't throw away. Yes, the fuck they do. They do throw away money. And there's so many proof that they do all the time. And shout out to Barbershop Conversation. I know a lot of people don't like to listen to Fred. Some things I don't agree with Fred. I don't agree with Fred on everything. But some things Fred be hitting the nail on the head. Fred came out with a little short, and y'all can look it up on YouTube, where he showed a receipt, because Fred is into stocks and all that bullshit. Fred showed a receipt that PBC is broke. Go check it out. I saw it the other day. Go check it out. But Al especially didn't want to fight with Bud. He didn't want that this year. This year, fuck with all the other years. This year, he had the opportunity to do it. He didn't want to do it. And Errol Spence knew that. So what was signed the contract, big boy? What was that about? A front row seat to some bullshit is what it was about. Earl rolled with it, even though it don't make sense. He rolled with whatever I'll say. Nigga, how you turning away $25 million? Why y'all want to bring up Canahan? If Bud was in trouble with Canahan, don't y'all know that fight with Porter would have never happened? Do you think the United States government gonna spare Bud Crawford's ass when they want this guy so bad? They gonna just bypass Bud and just spare him. Cut the shit. That is not the first time Al spearheaded the avoidance of Bud. He's been doing it for 5 years. You got to ask that man why he do that shit. We can look at some of them. The Ugas fight. Ugas was in a box office. Miss me with that. Him and Earl had the contract already signed way before WBA put him in the box office. No, they won't. Ugas was crying to everybody but Santa Claus to get him out of this sticky situation. And Earl and the PBC came through. Don't talk about the pirating neither. Because if it's all about the power, then why put on pay-per-view if everybody gonna steal it? Don't PBC still try to put pay-per-views on pay-per-views that we ain't even asking for? That's why I don't accept the pirating excuse at all, because you still put on pay-per-view. And that pirating does not stop them. So what's the difference? What's the difference? You think somebody gonna steal a Canelo fight or Earl fight and Bud fight, but they ain't gonna steal a Victor Ortiz, not Victor, Ortiz fight with Ruiz, Andy Ruiz. They ain't gonna steal that shit. You think people more opt to want to buy that shit than to buy a Errol Spence fight or Canelo fight? Come on, Shawty. Make that make sense. Aaron Smith said after December 10th, in your opinion, who is Bud going to fight next? Bud said as much. He said, I'm still in negotiation. But if they don't want the fight, what the man's supposed to do? Move on. Keep it moving. Move around. That's all he can do. I'm thinking, I hope that they do meet up, but I ain't holding my breath. He got more of a chance to get a fight with Charlo than he do Errol. But if I'm telling you, Bud know what he's doing. Bud know better than us. He knows better than we do what to do and how to handle that. Because the minute Bud drop his belt and just go up there for the Jamel Charlo, Earl was sweep in like a thief in the night. And I'm under the calculus. Bud, don't do that shit. Don't allow him to ever be undisputed. Because we know that's what he want. He just don't want to face you. Never mind your reasonings, man. Your reasonings for not fighting Keith Thurman is stupid. The Charlo's reasons for not fighting Andre is stupid. What y'all say? Let me say it again. You acting like a real bitch right now. Ain't that how y'all say? This is Errol Spence, by the way. Errol Spence, you acting like a real bitch right now. With these fucking reasons. If Keith Thurman ain't shit to you, go in there and deal with him. Don't blame Bud. Blame Al. He put you in this predicament. He the one who turned away from the fighting shit and didn't make nothing happen this year. You said you wanted to fight this year regardless, that you was going to fight in November 19th regardless. Well, we see that ain't true. But you can get a reprieve and come back December 17th, but you don't like the opponents. Let me see how low your nuts ain't. Let me see if they listen to you. Q is in the building. Quentin Bradley. What's popping, King? Good evening. KSQ number 3, Miss T. What's popping? I wear it well. I wear it well. I wear it well. Goddamn, Miss T. I'm speaking the truth, Q. Goddamn. Reginald Peter said, you wrong, Miss T. Oh, no, Reginald. We already schooled you. I'm going to let you get in here in a minute. And I'm going to let everybody else cook on you because you ran out the ring the last time. And we schooled you. Don't, everything you was saying, Reginald, you know I love you to death. But you was talking about feelings. You wasn't talking about no facts. But I'll let you get a reprieve. I'll let you come back in. We know Errol and Keith past history, so we know that. But is it really logical to not fight him? Is it really? That's the question I got. Is it really logical to not fight him? Because he doing what you did. You can't be too mad at what he did because you turn around and do it too. Balance them scales, nigga. Is he acting like a female, as y'all dudes like to say? I think so. I think he in his feelings. Because it ain't nothing logical or rational he doing. I hate that dude. Wait, how you hate somebody? I'm glad that my parents made us grow up in the fashion of we wasn't even allowed to say the word hate. We wasn't allowed to say it. Couldn't say it. And I didn't understand at the time. She just wouldn't allow us. She used to be like, you ain't been on this earth long enough to hate somebody. And damn, I'm at this age now, and I still feel like I ain't been on this earth long enough to hate somebody. And I've had a lot of shit happen to me, to my family, and I still can't bring myself to even allow those type feelings. So how bad you really hate him? Was y'all supposed to be dating or some shit? Like, I know in relationships, people can have that hate feeling, but did you like him like that or something? You know, I know he not. I'm not trying to say the man is, as my my youngsters say, happy. I know he not happy like that. But I mean, he acting like it. Cause that kind of feeling can be drummed up under relationship situation. You know? Cause Keith Thurman avoided you, so you hate him. So you don't ever want to fight him. Even Al Bernstein One of those commentators is wondering what the hell going on. Or is it because it's a big risk that you don't feel like taking? Only Errol knows the reason why he don't want to fight Keith Thurman. But I tell you this, it ain't because he said he hate him. It can't be because of that. It ain't because Keith Thurman did what was best for his career that Errol Spence turned around and copycatting that. It can't be that. Nigga, you can't hate shit that you engage in. That just don't make no sense. But your daddy said he wants y'all to fight. And let's see if you stronger than your daddy. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and invite some folks in and let you get your pop your shit. Reginald, you can come in and pop your shit. And y'all can come in and cook Reginald. It's all love. It's all love when we do it. Reginald, I know you're going to come with the bull. And let me show y'all something. I'm going to come back to this. But I want to show y'all something. So, to all the naysayers and all that, y'all go ahead. Take a second or two and read that shit. I swear, everything this man say and do, he's a lie. He's dumb. He's ignorant. And every time, he debunk everything and show why he's smarter than all y'all motherfuckers. He show every time. Just read that. Like y'all see it. I'm going to get into it at the end. But I just wanted to give you that little teaser right there. Aaron Smith says, Black has one fight agreement with Bud, I guess, a tune-up. Since EJ is ducking and running to 154, is Boots on Bud's hit list. Let me tell y'all. And that's another thing that Fred did, and I wish I could bring up the list. But y'all can go look up the WBO list, right? Go look it up. All right. So, on that list, the first person you're going to see is Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz, his team, as well as Oscar De La Hoya, his promoter, said they wasn't ready for Bud. Now, that's what they said. Now, why would Bud keep asking? You asked once, you pressed once. They said he not ready. Do you keep pressing? That's better than the shit that going back and forth between Spence and Bud. Because at least they said he ain't ready. So Bud ain't got no choice but to respect that. So that shit won't gonna happen. That wasn't an option. Number 2 to number 5, all is affiliated with PBC. If PBC can't get Earl and Bud together, how the fuck they gonna get anybody on that list who's affiliated with them? Now I know y'all can say, wait a minute, T. Jerron Ennis is with Showtime. But is it Showtime with PBC? Who else do Showtime let get on their networks other than PBC? He might. It's kind of like Tank saying, I'm signed with Al, but I'm not with Mayweather, or I'm signed with Mayweather, but I'm not with Al, or something like that. You still in cahoots with that whole organization. Steven Espinoza got some culpability as to why this fight didn't happen either. So the number 6 on the list was David Avanesian. I think Bud looked at that whole list. I'm not in Bud's head. I wasn't with him. But it suffices to say, it is logical to say that Bud looked at that whole list, and it wasn't until he got to number 6 on the list that he felt like he could make a fight with. Anybody want to dispute that, you can come through and say. But to me, that's as logical as you can get it. Aaron Smith said, Miss T, I'm asking, what is the man who is his own boss going to do? After this, I don't know. He may chill. He could go to Disney World, Aaron. He just by putting this fight that he about to have together, shows y'all have to get it out your head that this man is trapped or backed into a corner. I'm not saying that's what you're saying, Ern, but that's kind of like how people talk who be hating on Bud. Like, I ain't saying you're hating on him, but that's what they be like. What is he going to do? Like, what, he ain't got nothing else to do. He got a lot to do. He about to make 10 million or more, because they never said what the exact number, but the least of it can be 10 million. We know. He about to make that much or more fighting David Avanesian. There's thousands of people he could fight, in the hundreds, however many people in the welterweight that ain't with Showtime or PBC, because trying to get a deal with them, all they want to do is disrespect and hate on them. And then all the haters come out and say these ridiculous things. It wasn't that long ago that people were saying, "Oh, where's the fight? He gonna be with Black Prime or whatever. Where's the fight? Can you buy a ticket? Oh, the Omaha Commissioning Board ain't sanctioned it. You can't even buy a ticket." And I was like, "What?" I remember when I went to a Mayweather fight, I didn't even get the ticket to the last minute. I had my plane tickets and everything. I ain't had no ticket to the event. Had my plane tickets bought and paid for. That shit went on sale at, I want to say 1400, like 2:00 one afternoon. And before it was 2 minutes later, that whole fucking thing was sold out. Got my tickets at the last minute. So we know fights can be like that. But here it is. It's the 7th of November, not the 10th. So we know that at least a whole month before his fight, his tickets went on sale. But when he brought it up in the beginning of October, or whenever he broke the news that he gonna have the fight with David Avanesian, nothing was set up at that point to sell the tickets. Or maybe, fights don't sell tickets to at least 45 or so days ahead of time. But people took that excuse, ran with it like this wasn't a legitimate thing. A lot of people still think it's not legitimate. I don't even get excited, because December 10th is going to come regardless of what we do. Regardless of what we do. December coming with or without us. And when December comes, and it comes to pass that he not only had that fight, that he made the money he did, then what we going to say? A lot of people banking or hoping that nobody will buy the fight. I'm going to tell all of y'all should go out and buy it. Because at one point in time, fights used to cost around about this much versus how much they cost now. That was a Mayweather thing. But people taking it out of control. They taking it out of hand. They was misabusing stuff. You guys broke, as my friends say, the gentleman's agreement. Putting on front row seats to some bullshit and then charging people an arm and leg for that shit. Putting on fights that are not pay-per-view worthy. But then missing us with the fights that are. You broke the gentleman's agreement. A lot of people fall off in interest of boxing, period. But I'm about to fight. I would submit to you a bunch of casuals will. But whoever buy it, Bud don't care if y'all don't find Waldo. Bud getting paid. The money is in escrow, y'all. Mr. Kyler 779, welcome to the building. It's my first time seeing you. He said he is trapped. His resume at 147 is trash, and that 10 million is false. You can't pull 10 from 5. My head. False to you. False to you. You don't know what 8 figures is? I don't know the exact amount that he's getting paid, but last time I counted, 8 figures was 10 million and up. Your opinion is that his resume is trash. That's your opinion. You're allowed to have it. I respect your opinion. My opinion is that Bud is the best welterweight on the planet. It's my opinion. See how that worked, Mr. Kyler? So it's all good over here. I dropped the link. It's up there. You guys can come tell me what you think. But every time y'all make a declaration about Bud, it be coming to pass that y'all were lying or y'all just don't know. First and foremost, it's logical to know or think. It's not a far stretch. If Bud feel that you don't like him and you shitting on him, and it has come out how probably how he feel, because his sister named a couple of folks. If he feel like that y'all don't got his best interest at heart, he's never going to talk to you. So when y'all talk about Bud like y'all know him, come on now. I don't know Bud, and I met him twice. Real talk. Met him in 2015. Met him last year in 2021. Met him twice. Very nice man. A gentleman. He ain't with the rah-rah. Of course, hanging around, and sorry, Shakur Steven, but around his group, that's the rah-rah. You know what I'm saying? But Bud was chill in the midst of all of that. That doesn't make Shakur Stevens a bad person, but monkey see, monkey do. Attitude reflect leadership. Because I didn't meet Shakur Stevens, but I damn sure got a feel of his whole entourage, to include family and everything. But the entourage, yeah. And this rah-rah to be sure. So I'm just saying, y'all talk like y'all know Bud. Why would y'all know anything about him? You don't like him. He recognized that. Do you talk to people you don't like? I don't. I don't talk to nobody I don't like. They don't get to know shit. They gonna know surface shit from, that you can't hide. Oh, I see T got a new car. Okay, you don't know shit other than what you see in my driveway. Oh, T got this or T got that. Yeah, but you didn't know when I got it, how I got it. I'm not going to share with you. I'm not going to break bread. I'm not going to talk to you because you don't like me. And once I peep that, it's over. I ain't going to hate on you. I wish you the best. But you and I cannot travel in the same circles. You don't think that Bud is a human being, that he can't have those feelings? He not telling them shit, but they steadily making shit up. Now, everybody said that this was fake because they wasn't even selling tickets. Well, look at here. Are they selling tickets now? Is it far-fetched to believe that a fight don't even sell their tickets sometimes until the last minute? How many of you in your lifetime went to a fight where the tickets didn't go on sale till like the week before? Days before. I can't be the only one. Aaron Smith said, Miss C, I'm asking, is there a fight other than with Errol that can be made where Bud can collect that $25 million he had mentioned? Honestly, Aaron, I don't know. But if they was that interested in Bud to put up $25 million, I'm sure they will again. But I don't know. Maybe the Jamel Charlo. But see, this is why I say he got more of a chance, even with the barriers that PBC put up for Jamel, is because he can go through the sanctioning bodies and say, make that mandatory. He could do that. Now, Jamel will have to sit on the pot or get off. You have to throw them belts to the wind or go ahead and challenge Bud. That's what he's going to have to do. He can put Jamel in that predicament and Al Haymon can't save him. But with Earl, ain't really nothing he can do. If Al don't want to fight, he don't want to fight. I mean, y'all got to start asking Al and Earl, why? Miss T, you are paying for... You hear that, Mac Bob? I'm paying for paying. Hey, Quentin, tell me where I lied. I ain't lie about nothing. I ain't lie about anything. It don't make sense. I don't know what kind of hate what you have to do. I'm older than Errol Spence, right? I don't know what I would have to do at my age to have that much hatred. If I don't like Keith Thurman, then let me go ahead and whip his ass right quick. It is not conflicting with Bud and Errol's potential fight because PBC already let Bud know you ain't getting a fight this year. So whatever happens this year is in no conflict or barrier in front of what can happen next year. So if Earl said he was going to already fight on November 19th, regardless, with or without Bud, stay to your word. Stay to your word. That's all I'm saying. Bud then made his move because y'all showed him y'all don't want no fight this year. The man didn't want to sit out a whole year. If somebody mad at that, I would say kick rocks. He don't care. I'm not seeing it as a big deal. Now, if he was making a fight a week before or the day of the day that PBC had in mind for him and Earl to mix it up, then yeah, y'all might have something. They don't have nothing on the docket for Earl and Bud this year, 2022. We still got months, 2 months, not quite 2 months before we in a whole nother year. So Quentin, I don't see how I'm lying. Quentin said, I hear you talking about don't do it, but let Errol Spence become undisputed. Yeah, I would because they playing games. I can play games too. Shit. I'm going to the Hall of Fame. This is what Bud could be saying. I'm going to the Hall of Fame. Regardless if y'all do find Waldo or not, I'm going. And I could coast. If I know I'm going off of the shit I've done already, I can coast out and just go for the bag. I can just go for the bag until I retire. And I'm going. And guess what? By the time I retire, Errol Spence will be old too. Ain't gonna be that easy to collect that belt. Damn right. Ain't nobody feeding Earl over here. Hey Quint, look, we can't feed the nutcracker. He eat too much. We ain't feeding him. We cannot get him the bag or nothing like he don't want to work for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what a person got to do. It just, to me, next year is next year. This is what PBC said. Hey, Bud, hold tight to next year. Well, he holding tight. Well, in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to do what I want because you don't own me. You don't own me. Sean Gibbons said because Bud kept dragging the fight. How? Sean, I dropped the link. You can come in. I'll let you speak. I ain't going to argue with you. Quentin Bradley said good propaganda. It's not propaganda if it's true, Quentin. This is Rob. Oh, Sean, welcome to the building, King. Welcome to the building. First time seeing you. Maybe you've been here before, but I didn't recall that. This is Rob. Is in the building. What's poppin', King? He said, how Bud keep dragging the fight? And he's been waiting on ESJ for 4+ years. Exactly. You know something a lot of y'all Spence fans do too? Now, far be it for me to get into what they call it, a shouting match or a bravado matchup between two men. That is not a place for a woman to be in between that. But y'all remember the hallway incident after the Maurice Hooker fight. And I asked, for a while there, I'll be asking, who y'all think won that? Y'all Spence fans do not want to say Bud there. But I'm going to tell you, in real life, I've been around enough to know that Bud had an upper hand in that whole transaction. And y'all men do judge that shit. Who punked who made who small, who was the big man on campus in that transaction. And y'all know damn well it won't Spence. Spence was on the back of his heels, humming. Y'all know he was. But y'all won't never admit that shit. That shit be funny to me. That's how I know that y'all a little bit in y'all feelings about this man. Sean Gibson said they playing games by giving him everything he asked for. Bud ducked because he wanted to retire with his face. They didn't give him everything he asked for. He asked for transparency. They didn't give him that. So you didn't give him everything he asked for. Number two, Bud been asking for the fight for a long time. And if you really want to see the breakdown of that, Sean, I'm going to direct you to E-Thriller, the Black Picasso's page, parts 1 through 18 or 19 in my L Boogie voice. And after you watch that, and you come back and say that you didn't see what all of us see, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how Bud drags a fight or duck a fight when he wanted it this year and the opposition wanted it next year. How does that become Bud dragging his feet? Even Spence admitted this shit on that Twitter thing they had going back and forth, that like he agreed they dragged it. His side dragged it. Go back and read all them Twitters. That shit was funny that night. Like y'all had me laughing. That shit was funny. But I did see somebody else read Bud shit and was tripping over the words like, man, both of these niggas can't, they need to go back and get their English up. Their writing skills, grammar skills up. And they probably could do with that, both of them. I ain't even gonna hold Spence down. I think Bud be shaking his ass, so sometimes he get a little nervous, so he can't really type good. You know, his mind be moving faster than what he could type. That's because Bud be shaking him. Shake him up, shake him up, shake him up. Fight Night Elite was popping. King he in the building. He said Bud is a cornball. Okay, Fight Night. Like I said, y'all can have y'all opinions. I dropped the link. Y'all come through, speak your piece. I'll listen. Quentin Bradley said when Bud gonna work for it, another D-level opponent. It don't matter, Quentin. I'd love to get paid $10 million plus for a F opponent or a H opponent. I don't give a care. Shit, your boy Errol didn't want to fight this year, so what the fuck? Sean Gibbons said, how? They gave him everything he asked for. No, they didn't. You wasn't there. You wasn't there, Sean. I got to call you out. You wasn't there. You don't know Spence personally. He ain't opened his books and stuff with you. You don't know Bud personally. You can only go by what they say, Spence or Bud. And Bud said they wasn't transparent. He said a couple things. It was the money thing. I mean, and you're not going to get us to believe that the way that deal is structured, it is very possible, and it should never even be possible, that Bud could have did that fight and not got paid at all. It is possible. It is possible. So I don't blame him, because y'all still haven't answered this question. What job you go to and apply to and don't know how much you're going to get paid per hour or salary or whatever in the perks and the benefits? It ain't all laid out in the contract. What job you do? Tell me when that happened. I'll wait. In my E-Thriller voice, I will fucking wait. Because that ain't no such thing. Under the table, on in contract, legitimate or whatever, there's no job you going to go get where you don't even know where your money coming from. You not. But that's what happens when you don't value certain people. You don't think that they supposed to feel the same way that you feel. You would not want Earl. I wouldn't tell Earl to do no shit like that. You said he's been waiting 4+ years, but he waited 7 years for Manny, and he still ducked when he had him. What is this 7 years of Manning? The man can only ask for fights. If people don't want to do a fight to fight him. I mean, for real, we've seen Manny Pacquiao make like his biggest payday fighting Floyd Mayweather. We seen before and after without Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao don't make that much. He didn't make that much with Keith Thurman. But when he was going to fight Bud, he demanded $40 million. Why that much? Why does everything got to be so scrutinized or so elevated in what the other fighter wants if they got to fight Bud? Because they know Bud is the boss. They know Bud is the boss in that ring. They know Bud gon' put the hammer down on them in that ring. So they might as well catch up because they don't know what type of fighter they're going to be after Bud get finished with them. That's what I think. Capsule 4G said, how Bud dragged the fight when Mayweather said it's not happening this year. Exactly. You have Mayweather, Al, and Errol, and they all said it next year. So what y'all mad at? Honestly, you can't even point to a logical reason why y'all could be mad that he's doing a fight this year. You should be happy for that black man. He a black man out here trying to make it. He getting a bag to fight somebody. I just told y'all can pull up the WBO list. I don't feel like doing it, but you can pull it up and look from number 1 to number 5 and tell me how any of those fights was possible. Because first and foremost, Virgil Ortiz people and Oscar said he wasn't ready for Bud. So what Bud supposed to do after that? What do you do when a motherfucker tell you they ain't ready for you? What you gonna do? Hold a gun to their head and make them be ready? Then number 2 on the list to number 5, they all affiliated with PBC or Showtime. And PBC and Showtime, I believe more than Earl, is the reason why the shit ain't happening. But I blame Earl too because he's in cahoots with them. He know what they doing. And he ain't speaking out against it. So I got to assume that he feel the same way. This is Rob saying, never knew D-level fighters can be ranked in the top 10. I guess I've been under a rock. Exactamundo. Quentin Brandy said, when Bud gonna ever have to fight a real test? I don't know, Quentin, when people stop being scared and fight him. See, you think he ain't fought a real test, but I see that he did. You know? And see, look, they only got, 2 fights in common. And Bud beat the snot out of him. So, I don't know what to tell you. I see you, Reginald, is just not connected yet. When they do, I'll bring you in. Just let it sit there. It'll connect in a minute. President Jafar, welcome to the building. What's Papa King? He said Spence scary as shit, but his fans will never admit it. Indeed. Doc Mysteries, what's up? Welcome to the building. He said, I think Bud done and Canelo done too. All right, let me bring my boy Reginald in here. We say, y'all, let me get these last minute chats so we can be up to date. This is Rob saying, yeah, hard-headed Floyd told you the fight not happening this year 3 times already. And then Fighting Release said, I don't see how anybody can defend Bud action at this point. It's just fanboy. I don't see how Fight Night, what did he do that was wrong? You can come through and explain, because I don't see what he did that's wrong. Sean Gibbons said transparency is automatically in the contract. Why you think Spence said what he asked for was already in the contract? Well, Bud said it wasn't. So why we have to believe Spence? I can believe Spence and believe Bud. Doc Mystery said, nah, buddy. Laugh out loud. Bud a duck. Okay. He said he quacked. He quacked a lot. Okay. Bud left his promotion across the street, but PBC playing games. Indeed. And he said, Bud got that Canelo resume. Sean Gibbons said, Bud wanted transparency, but when Spence asked where the $50 million was coming from, Spence couldn't get that. Yeah, he could get it if you want to sit down with him. Mr. Warren, what's up? What's up? Mr. Warren, I've been liking you a lot lately, boy. You be putting these motherfuckers in check. Mr. Warren. And then we got Quentin said resume at 147 takes a vicious beating. Warren said Quentin Strawberry. He better get ready for the Strawberry. I'm almost done, Reggie. You know I gotta get these chats. Sean Gibson said, Bud didn't disagree with anything Spence said, just insults. I wonder why. You mean Spence didn't disagree with Bud? Put it how y'all want it. I can listen too. He said, Fight Night said, I was done with Bud when he re-signed with Top Rank. Why? After he was a free agent, I knew he didn't want to fight. Why? Why? When they had it in the contract that that's what Bud wanted. Mr. Warren said, "Golden salute." Commissions-based jobs. Bud is the most duck welterweight Spence fans won't admit. He said he's saving Bud for the last. Exactly. Warren, good evening, pound for pound, buddy. And Bud never even had a 50-50 fight. That what y'all say. ESJ diehard fans just mad because his so-called plan didn't go as they thought it would. Oh, damn, it's a lot of them. Hold on, President, you know what? I'm going to let Reginald get in here. He's been waiting patiently. I'm just going to put y'all chat up here. And believe me, I'm recognizing y'all, but I ain't going to hold Mr. Reginald back, one of my favorite Spence fans. But let me put your boy picture up there so you can pontificate a little bit. Go ahead.
Hey, Miss T, how you doing?
I'm good. What's good with you, Reginald?
Yeah, I'm doing good. You girl, I missed you, boy. That week was hard for me.
I know. Look. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. It would have never shook me up before, but the Quavo thing, I mean, the takeoff thing, kind of got to me, and I just didn't have it in me. Like I told you, I would never come on here and fluff or lie or exaggerate or be fake or nothing. When I come in, I have passion for this sport, and when I come in here, I want to be passionate too. So, but go ahead, Miss Ray. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm back. I'm back now.
Yeah.
Hopefully stay back.
Yeah, I want to talk about that Quavo thing too. And first Spence and Crawford. I'm really over the debate. At the end of the day, you was right about working for somebody and they're going to show you the money. And I finally found out that Spence was getting a percentage too. It wasn't no guaranteed purse. That seemed kind of odd, and to me, that was a non-starter right there. So on that part, I want to give you your flowers about about fighting without letting me know how much I'm gonna get. But I guess PBC got a money problem. Because for a fight like that, they should at least fight for a bridge card or something. And you want you don't want to guarantee no money. Here it is, Bob been getting 6+ for years. I understand why. I don't want to fight because he got guaranteed money for the last 12 years of his life, and now you say I'm not going to get no guarantee. And so I understand on the business point of view why the fight never happened. But I still think that Earl would have beat him down, broken his ribs, cracked his eye, and stopped him.
And why? Hold on, Sean Gibson. They did say that. And again, y'all know that they said that it's not a hit against them. If you ain't ready, you ain't ready. When Boots was trying to get at them when he was in his early 20s, they was like, "Charlie, you ain't ready." Everybody was saying that. People Boots was trying to get at, and people on his side understood he wasn't ready. So whatever. But Reginald, do tell why you think Spence would have did all that you just said.
You know what? Spence wanted to, because Spence and Al Haymon and PVC, Spence trusts Al when he say, "Hey, I'm not going to give you no guaranteed money, but you're going to get paid on the back end." So I trust his crew. Bub was like, "I don't know about all that." So I understand that, say, "Hey, well, let me see if I could put other fights together, because this seemed kind of shady at best. I really don't know." So, but like I said, I'm going to give you your flowers on that. You was right, and I was wrong. But I think that from the get-go, if it wasn't no guaranteed money, Bud should just walked away. That should have been a non-starter. Ain't nothing to talk about.
And going forward, it should be like that for Spence, no matter who he fight. They don't want to pay him up front something decent and relevant to his stature, and he getting played too.
No, because that's his crew, that's his company. So I'm gonna trust my boss. You know what I'm saying? He been paying me good for 12 years. Why he gonna try to shaft me now?
Well,
You
if Spence,
know?
if I got this saying, if Spence like it, then I love it. If that's what he
Yeah.
called getting paid good and all that, then I guess I gotta love it. But 1 second, Reginald, I see Mr. Warren is in here. He hardly ever get up on here. You know, I gotta talk to my man right here. He been dropping. You been funny as hell, Mr. Warren. What is this link that you sent me? What
So
is this about?
that's a link to a similar contract that Andre Ward and Kovalev signed, and Kovalev didn't get any back end. All his
Mm.
money was coming from a net, whatever the net was, and the article was pretty thorough. So um, I just wanted to bring that up to let
Oh,
you know that it has been done before.
mm.
Um,
Okay.
and it's rumored that Kovalev still ain't got all his money from that fight.
Hell, Logan Paul. Remember that? He been crying. He ain't get paid neither. So it does matter what you sign. You have to be leery of what you sign because, I mean, at the end of the day, you are responsible for your career. You hear that, Nutcracker? You are responsible for your
And
career.
so
Yeah.
Ward ended up getting 6.5 million guaranteed.
Mm.
That was his base, and Kovalev had to make everything off the net. And there is a sample of the contract. Actually, there's a picture that they took of the contract on Twitter
Mm-hmm.
where it said it had him blank. Had everybody else what everybody else made on the undercard and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
him it had it blank for Kovalev.
Damn, that's cold. I'm gonna look at it, Mr. Warren, before I bring it up because I don't want to. I don't want to like when it comes to these people numbers and all that. I don't even
Right,
like
right.
to be wrong, but I'm gonna look at it and probably bring it up here tomorrow. Thank you for the link. But I'm gonna ask both of y'all. Oh, Mr. Warren, go ahead and cook. I'm sorry, you was just
No,
you
no,
answer
no,
that
no.
question. Oh, okay,
No, no. I'm gonna wait and just follow your lead a little bit
okay.
before I
Before
make
you
my
get in
comment.
there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
do y'all what do y'all think about? Because this is an excuse that popped up. Yeah, it's a little sketchy with Bud because he involved with Daniel Canahan. What y'all think about that bullshit?
I was thinking about that too.
You
Okay,
think
so
that has some relevance?
my
Yeah,
question
I
is,
do. Yeah, go
my
ahead.
question is, it was okay. It was okay until he started being under investigation, and from my research, it seems like nobody had a problem with dealing with him until that point. I mean, even PBC had done business with him
Mm,
through Top Rank.
Mr. Warren dropping nuggets. They
You know what,
all
Miss
been fucking
T?
with this dude for years. For
Yeah,
Miss T,
yeah,
years.
he's hot. He's hot. The
He
FBI
is
wanted.
hot. He
right.
is
But
hot. But
I
but
don't want you to. They make it seem like they didn't do no business with him. I mean, they make it like I can understand him not being touchable now, but before then, them they had no problem with dealing with that man when it came to making fights. And matter of fact, they said he was so good at making fights, you didn't have to worry about money or anything with him when it came to
yeah.
dealing with him.
But see, here's the problem. The Treasury, y'all don't ever want the Treasury, United States Treasury, to be on your ass, or Homeland Security and FBI, but the Treasury, especially, like they hardly ever fuck with people, but they probably fucking with them because of money laundering. This man happened to be a fan of boxing, and was really immersed himself into boxing, and because he had the money, guess what? All of them was licking at the chops. All the promotional companies, Eddie Hearn, probably Floyd, PBC, Golden Boy, Top Rank, they all were. And if, like Top Rank especially, but Top Rank was a Harvard lawyer, and Top Rank got ties in with the DOJ, and Top Rank probably knew a heads up, hey, this coming down the pipeline. So what did Top Rank do? A lot of people distance themselves. I did a video on this. 3 people in boxing that I could think of that didn't distance themselves out in public, and that was Tyson Fury, motherfucking Josh Taylor, and Mauricio Suleiman, and look at the other two, Tyson Fury and Josh
It's,
Taylor.
it's,
Look at their
it's
ass right now. But
And
you think that the United States government hold Bud Crawford in that high regard, the man that y'all say is dumb as a motherfucker, ain't smart, make bad business choices and all that. Why would they spare him? Because when you put a target on somebody back, they coming after you and your friends.
But you got to
Right or
know,
wrong.
Miss Pooh, what you got to know about the feds. They sit and wait, and they wait, and they wait, and they wait. You know what I'm saying? This guy is hot, and he on the FBI wanted list. And Al Heyman said, if Al Heyman doing something shady or doing some under the cover stuff, he don't want no heat.
But
You know what I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying that they already tipped their hand and said who public enemy number one to them was this Canahan guy. If Bud was ever attached to him in any kind of way, they would have got him. I'm saying the hammer would have came down. I know exactly how they move. I just told y'all in a roundabout way. I told y'all what I did for a living. I told y'all the I named the government agencies I didn't work with. But you best believe them other big dogs. How Quentin
well,
said, So
so
I'm
I
tell
But
you,
want
I
to
know how
but you
they
know
move.
what?
What's
But the
up? What's
rumor,
up, Warren? Hold on one
go
second,
go
Reggie.
ahead, go ahead. So so we're addicted to some drama. So here's some more drama.
right?
We know that Jay Z was trying to get in the boxing business, and um, we know that Beyonce at one point was managed by Al Heyman before she went over and started messing with Jay Z. And so Jay Z saw some stuff that was wrong with the contract and ended up grabbing her from Al Heyman. So there is some history there with Jay Z. Now, it's also rumored with some more drama is that Jay Z was the one that was one of the investors that was willing to pull up the 25 million
Yeah,
for
and so
the
I
fight.
heard Warren Buffett too.
Right, right. But I just wanted to let you know that's why all that drama, because of that, there may be some little
But
that they didn't
that's
want. He didn't want to.
manufactured.
Right. He didn't want to. Right. He didn't want to mention it the way he when they were going back for tat for tat on the Twitter and talking about you didn't tell me who it was, and he said, well, let's get together and talk about it because he probably knew that there was some history between Jay Z and them, and he didn't want to just throw it out there without it being discussed in a more of a
But see,
controlled environment.
I would look at it
You
like
know,
this, Mr. Warren. I think that Bud ain't telling nothing because they didn't even try to do any kind of business. They didn't try to go to step two. And if you ain't gonna go to step two with it and start negotiating and sitting down and entertaining that, there ain't no sense of us talking about it. Like, why would I tell you who came to me? They ain't come to Earl. They came to Bud and said, I'll give you like two companies say I'll put up 25 million. So now I'm gonna put that out. Warren Buffett said he would blah blah blah. What you think every other boxer gonna do out there? Oh, Warren Buffett, I heard you was into boxing like that. You might want to. Do you want to put something up for me? Can I get in on that? That's why I think Bud just didn't even say nothing. But it don't even matter because he never got to step two. They flat out denied that they
right.
wanted to do business, and you can't bring up Canahan because again, I know how they move too. I done sat beside them. I done worked in buildings with them. I know exactly how they move, and I trust you me. If they had Daniel Canahan as public enemy number one, they would be on his friends too, and they would not have given him a break because they can't because he's somewhere where they don't extradite people, so his money is safe, and he's somewhere where he ain't gonna get him, and so the next best thing is to squeeze his friends or squeeze any kind of assets that he have outside of where he at right now. That's how
So
you
T,
get him.
let me ask you this about Callahan. They bringing that up again? They trying to bring that into the picture when
Yeah.
it was said that he has no affiliation with Callahan?
Yeah, yeah, I've heard some content creators. Yeah, I respect everybody's opinion, but I think
Oh,
that's hogwash because that I've been around them too. I know exactly how they can move on something like this. I didn't work with them on cases like this, but I would just say, I'm gonna shut up. I'm just
yeah, I
saying,
got you. I feel
you
you
know what I'm
though. I
saying.
understand where you're coming from.
I'm just
Yes,
saying,
ma'am.
that just every time I hear that shit, I just laugh. I was like, really? But go
See,
ahead, Reginald.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you see, this say everything was real about this $10 million.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, he fighting a nobody. You know what I'm saying? You
See,
got
now that's
you
what I
got
want to
your
push
money,
back with you on. I want to push
and
back
you
on.
hurt your
So let
and
me
you hurt
ask you
your
this.
legacy.
So let me, okay, okay. Since she put that on since she put that as a caveat, I ain't gonna argue dispute that. But the guy is ranked in the top 10. You just don't get there just by somebody just. I mean, you just can't put yourself there. You know, the commission, the commission put them there. He's above. He's ranked in the WBO above Ugas.
He could have got a bigger name than that, man.
He
That's
couldn't
all I'm
have.
Okay,
saying.
Where?
so
What?
by
Which?
December 10th.
But what? But listen, he's WBO. He not gonna go look. Is it fair to say he can only look first through his ranking versus look at WBA, WBC, or IBF? Is that fair to say that you first want to go through the list of your rankings, WBO? Is that fair, Reginald?
Now, I'm just saying, but if he would
No,
have
no.
just,
I just asked a question. Is it fair? Which way would you have him do it?
if I was Bud Crawford, if I couldn't get Errol Spence, I gotta have a huge backup name for Plan B.
But
That's
listen,
all I'm
Okay,
what
saying.
about the people? Hold on, Mr. Warren. What about
okay, I
the
got
people that's in the WBO? You not gonna treat them fair? Certainly, they have earned their position, and Bud carries the WBO belt. And then we all know people got to have mandatories. So, is it fair and logical for him to scrub the WBO list first before he start looking at IBF and everybody else, WBA, WBC? Is that fair? That's what I'm asking you, Reggie.
Um, at the end of the day, these ranks is bum paid for by shady promoters. I'm not buying all this ranking stuff.
He won't
But
answer the
there you go.
question.
There you go.
You
There
but
you
look,
go.
filibustering.
but
Yeah.
still, but still,
Man,
if you want to duck an undisputed fight for money reasons, that's what I'm saying that he did. He ducked the undisputed fight for money reasons. You gotta have a huge
How
name
did
for a
he duck
Plan
it?
B.
Okay, now you got the floor, Reginald. We all listening. We know, according to Earl, hold up, according to Mayweather and according to Al, that fight between Earl and Bud won't happen until next year. So proceed, enlighten us all and tell us how did Bud duck a fight this year?
Well, they was negotiating since this summer, and it was a window for them to lock down a nice date like November. But when August got here, it was probably too little, too late to lock down a day. But Bud was negotiating with two other people, and he was negotiating with three people at the same
Dude,
okay.
hey,
time.
look, and when you was a young man, won't you talking to like 10 honeys at the same time?
Oh
Won't you
yeah,
trying to muscle
I
the
was
chick?
like that.
So
That was the
so
man.
miss me, Reginald, with the he's talking to a whole lot of different people. Cause as my brother say, if you just ask one, then you and she say no, then you ain't got shit. But you if you
So
ask 10, two of them might say yeah. So miss me with
so
that.
let's
He can talk to a
so
lot of
let
people. Go ahead,
can I
Warren.
put some tags on some of what you're talking about, if you don't mind? May the 3rd.
Yeah.
It's been reported and it's out there for public record that they were looking into scheduling a fight with um, Canelo Alvarez, and they was trying to
Mm-hmm.
put a deal where they can see if they can, at the same time, trying to see if they can get at the same time trying to schedule a fight with Terrence Crawford, but they had a
Yep.
if their choice was more so trying to put all their eggs in one basket and trying to see if they can persuade Canelo Alvarez to fight either Earl Benavidez or one of the Charlo brothers. And when that fell through, they didn't. Matter of fact, they didn't start working on Terrence Crawford or focus on Terrence Crawford until June, and
Exactly.
that was only because Earl was not willing to fight anybody else but Terrence Crawford at 147.
Mm-hmm.
And so they pursued that. And based on the Twitters and based on what Terrence Crawford says, most that they didn't really get the revised contract until October the 2nd, with the date saying that it won't happen until next year. Now, with that being said, Terrence Crawford said that he wanted to fight this year.
Mm-hmm.
And the first available fighter that was available and that was ready was David, because he was actually had a fight in November. So he was ready and he was active. And so that was the fight that they made. So they brought out that fight to make that fight with Terrence Crawford and David. The other
Mm-hmm.
reason why you couldn't get a top name fighter above that was because um, you guys is with Showtime. He has a 3-fight deal with Showtime.
And so is
And
Boots.
I mean Ennis, I'm sorry, Boots Ennis. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a 3-fight deal with Showtime.
Mm-hmm.
And if they would have took that if they would have tried to make a deal with Showtime in such a short amount of time, if you're trying to make sure that you get it in this year, Showtime would have won that whole fight, and they would have had to sell that fight to them. And BLK Prime would have made no type of money, would have got no type of publicity on that. They probably would have just got a banner saying that this is co-produced or co-sponsored by BLK Prime, and that's not what they was trying to do. They're trying to get it in the door themselves. So why
Yeah.
would I sell all my rights over to Showtime, and I'm the new kid on the block, and I just got a big name to sign with me?
And
They
you
don't
see
make
how they treat. You see how
Who
they.
the big name? Who is the big
Well, they
name?
hold on. ATL, you see how they treat Earl? They don't pay him worth of shit,
Terrence
no
Crawford.
upfront, no upfront money or whatever. So they do that to Earl. So why would Bud
For
want to
them,
side
it's a
with
big
them anyway?
name. It may
Yeah,
not be a big name with anybody else, but it's a big name for them.
right. But I'm just saying,
That
Terrence
yeah.
can see how they treat him. So and they already showed that disdain for Terrence. So why would Terrence want to sign with them? But I'm gonna
I'm
let
sorry.
ATL come in. I ain't forgot
Yeah.
that you ain't answer that question, Reginald.
What question was
Reggie,
that?
now you didn't answer that question. I'm gonna let you think about it. I'm gonna let ATL squeeze one off. Go ahead, ATL, my boy,
What
my
what
boy.
what what, what question? Well, first of all, what's up, Quay? Salute.
What's good? What's good with you, buddy?
What was the question he was asked?
I just asked him if Mayweather said next year, if Al said next year, even Earl said next year on the phone, then how do you conclude that Terrence Crawford ducked Errol Spence this year?
What you
Pretty
mean? That ain't
much.
no excuse for him ducking.
I said, how do you conclude that he ducked?
That's he's still ducked.
How
Regardless,
did he duck?
however you look at it, he ducked.
How did he duck? ATL. Now I'm asking both of y'all niggas. How
He
he
ducked
duck?
blatantly. The whole world seen it. Like, come on.
Nigga, come on, make sense. Explain that shit.
You gotta make it make sense, bitch.
I'm
He,
making it
he,
make sense.
he,
I just
he
told
fighting
you. I
Polynesian.
just
Who won
told
for
you, ATL.
Polynesian?
ATL, I just told you.
He fighting
Everybody who have
Polynesian.
that power said next year,
He got 2-3
including
videos talking about,
Earl.
this
So
what he
how
gonna
the
do next.
fuck
I
what
want
could
Earl.
Terrence,
I
what
want
could
Earl.
Bud
What
Crawford
I
do
want.
this year
I want
if
Earl.
they said next year?
Ain't nobody say nothing about next year. That's what
Motherfucker,
everybody
you
else
a
saying.
lie.
That's what everybody else is saying. Ain't no Earl or no Crawford
Use
said
a
next year.
goddamn lie. Use a
Earl
damn
did
lie.
say next year. What is you talking
He
about?
ain't spin the block.
He
He ain't say
said
nothing
it.
about
No,
that
no,
gonna
he
No,
fight.
no.
said
So have you listened to the
2023.
recording?
Nigga, go back and listen, ATL. You know
He
I
said
love
he
you,
gonna
but
spin the
nigga,
block.
how y'all say, Warren? They
And
not
just I
going to the
mean,
Pro
just
Bowl
like
today.
Sam Crawford been saying that he want this fight for years. That shit ain't happening, man. He ducked
Dude,
blatantly,
nah,
man.
listen, stick
Did
with the
you
He
listen
ducked.
question.
to the Did you
Stick with
listen
the
to the
question at
recording? So
hand.
I
that's all I'm
watched him
asking.
sign to fight with Polynesian. That's what I watched him do. I watched him duck.
Look, I see
I watched him.
y'all in
I
here,
watched him
boxing
say
nerd
after
and
his last
General Big
fight that he
Fish. What's
wants
poppin',
Spence. He want to go
Kings?
straight to Spence. That's what he want to do. And now I see him fighting a Polynesian. So nobody knows.
Big Fish. He said, Miss T, you gonna get back on that list with this type of propaganda. Quentin already warned me. I see, but I'm asking
I
a
know.
legitimate question. What's
I
up,
know deep
Princess?
down in y'all heart,
What's
y'all
up?
know this man. Y'all just don't want to admit it.
No,
Right.
ATL, make some sense logically. Act like you talking to somebody who's never been in the boxing.
Man,
If the people
you know
who
what's going
have
on. You
hold
just
on,
saying
because
to a
you
man
don't
let
want
you
me to
down.
say it. You don't want me to say it. If the people
Imagine
who
man let
are
you down.
in control of making that fight says it ain't going down to next year. That's Errol Spence, Al Haymon, and Mayweather.
Hell
They
no, I'm
said
not letting you
next
put that on
year.
there. Nope.
How can Bud duck him in 2022?
You try to use that excuse now. What the
What
report
excuse?
came
What
out
you
yesterday?
mean now? Y'all
You just
mad
make
because
you
your
just making
boy
up stuff
is a
out this shit.
scaredy
Come on
cat.
now.
Look, man, I'm gonna put his picture up so
He
y'all,
still ain't even
when
got no
y'all
fight.
see
How
this
he scared?
motherfucker,
He
this
still ain't even
nigga
got
right
no
here,
fight. But
this nigga right here,
Buffer
this is what
already
he look like,
fought
y'all. I'm sorry,
Polynesian.
Princess.
He was already signed to
Man,
fight
you know
Polynesian.
Reginald, the
He
princess
ain't
don't
even
need to hear
supporting
us
his
talk
own
like
fight.
this.
He ain't even got no tickets out yet.
He ain't got no
promoting.
tickets.
Oh,
I'm
yes, he
glad
do.
you
Sorry,
said that
you
He don't even know the
wrong.
I'm
See,
name.
you
glad
can tell
you
you not.
said
He don't
that
even know
shit.
the name of his
Hey,
Yeah.
company.
look, you
He
need
don't
to
even know
stop.
the
You
name of
need
his
to,
company.
ATL, you need to stop repeating
Man,
what
look
you
at that
did.
website.
Now, nigga, what? Now, nigga, what? And it was on a boxing, it was on a reputable boxing website. Now, nigga, what? So everybody who listening,
That
y'all
nigga got
gonna
the
have to
old
say,
goddamn
you
fair
gonna have
ticket.
to say that ATL ain't got no credibility because he repeating what he
And he
heard.
got the old fair tickets you buy at the fair.
Hey, look, dude, regardless of what he got, that's a ticket on sale, nigga.
You
Now,
sound like you troll, ATL. You sound like you trolling. So I ain't even give you no weight right now.
It's like you buy one and get
The
one
tickets,
free.
the tickets
y'all
is
see how he
50.
deflected?
The 50, yeah. That's
He deflected. ATL ain't got nothing to say, so he deflecting.
Buy one get one free.
Yeah, but
Dang.
yeah.
Polynesian
He
ticket
gonna
alert.
and Errol and Errol Spence and his fans, they hate the fact that
Polynesian
Bud
ticket alert.
getting the
Dang.
bag and they can't get a bag.
some
What
good affordable tickets
Earl
though.
gonna get? Hey Warren, what Earl gonna get if he fight Keith Thurman? And he gonna get 10
Well,
million?
he was supposed to fight December the 17th. So
Bud
let me
right
ask you this. Did you hear he's supposed to be fighting on December 17th? Did you
Who?
hear that?
Yeah, I heard him. ATL gonna say he didn't.
Earl
Spence.
No, he ain't fighting no more. The rest he say 2023.
Oh my
now
God!
you listen to him.
I
Now
can tell
you
you
listen
ain't
to him
been.
when Mr. Warren, watch this. Now
Okay,
he
who he
listened
fighting
to
then?
him
Tell me who he fighting.
when he
Since
say
I know it all. Who he
2023.
fighting?
But when he said 2023 with Bud, he ain't gonna
Who
listen
he
to that
fighting?
one.
Y'all tell me since y'all
No.
know.
There was okay. First of all, there was information out there that he wanted to fight on December the 17th since he wasn't fighting Bud.
Uh-huh.
That's not happening now because now Frank Martin is fighting.
Already had a fight, right?
Okay.
Reginald, what you doing with the princess? You doing hair?
Now I'm gonna do her hair in the morning before school.
Oh, look at you! Your daddy will do the hair. Look, this not PG-13. You have to say it because sometimes we get
I know. That's
beside
why I'm
ourselves.
trying to.
I'm trying to.
I see the baby right there. I'm not.
I see the princess. How you
So
doing, darling?
the sales of the ticket went on today at 10
Oh, today, right?
10 o'clock today. For the cheapest ticket was 50, the highest ticket was 500. So we figured 500 for a floor, which is I thought those was good prices. And the venue sits about 19,000. And that's not including the floor.
In my Quentin voice.
So you figure
I can't take y'all serious, man.
And you figured that he is the native of Omaha, so you figure that's gonna be sold out.
He gonna take a shit. Listen, Warren, Mr. Warren, you can show them receipts. They never gonna believe it because in their mind, Bud is a slave. He's a Toby. He has no value, and that's the only way that they can take him. They can't take him no other way.
I can't. Well, it looks
That's how
like
they get it.
Jay-Z was willing to invest in him and Warren Buffett was willing to invest in him. So he got a value to somebody. It may not be to them, but he definitely got value to somebody.
Hold tight 1 second, y'all. Mr. Reginald.
Yeah.
Mr. Somebody got to go night night because when you build these channels, you have to decide is it kid friendly or not,
Okay.
and I put in there. So a lot of people try. It's not that we don't love the princess, and I
Yeah.
love the fact that you do hair in the morning. See, I'm rolling with that.
She's trying
Now
to play you, Reginald.
that's
Yeah.
today's father. I ain't trying to play him. That's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Hey, okay, I'm great to get up, but I'm glad you back, Miss T. I
She's
missed you
talking
that
about glad
whole
you
week.
do hair.
Yeah. I'm glad to be back, y'all. Some days it be, it's touch and go. Like that takeoff shit did get to me, but
Yeah.
because
Hey,
it was
Yeah,
just
before I
close
go,
to
that
home.
got to
hey,
me too. But yeah,
hey, before I
that
go, I
along with
want
bad
to hear
Bunny,
that
I would be
commercial.
hurt too and depressed.
Oh,
I
you
sure
want
would.
to? I got you, King. I got you, King. He said before he go, he want to hear the commercial. Okay. Thanks for reminding me. And I'm telling y'all, if they don't come out with that game for the PS5, that's gonna be on the raffle too.
Was they
Oh
undisputed?
wow.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is there's only one game I wanted and I bought a PS5. I was lucky enough to get it.
Is
And
that
I got
undisputed game coming out on all the systems?
Is that the name of it?
Yeah, I've been seeing people online playing it.
Well,
They
shit.
got like
I
the
mean,
test.
but yeah,
They got like the tester. They testing like you can't really
they
pick nobody.
tested.
Yeah.
But if that shit don't come out till like next year around this time,
All right, so they got the
I'm not
beta.
gonna
They
hold
got the
on to
beta version out. The beta
Yeah, the beta,
version.
yeah.
Yeah.
You look
Yeah.
all right too though.
I'm just that's the only reason I bought the game. I'm gonna get on here and kick all y'all ass.
It look all right too though.
It do look good. It do look good. My mom was like, "You really bought a PS5 for that show?" Did. But outside of that, that's the only game that I could think of that I really do log in hours and stuff. Like me and my little man, my nephew that just passed, we used to on PS3. We used to be up all in the middle of the night, fall asleep, wake up in the middle of the night, like still in the same spot playing that game, playing the boxing game.
So you was addicted. You was
I was
addicted.
addicted, and look, I ain't Mr. Warren. I ain't never been a game head like that, or be playing online. And my little girl, like she never was like that. Only thing when her and her friends get together, you hear all these screams and shit, and you be like, "What the hell wrong with y'all girls down there?" They playing Mario Kart or the singing games and stuff like that. So we wasn't big gamers in this house. Now, man, my kid, and she grown, but she be gaming her ass off, man. She was screaming loud one day. I didn't even know she was in the house. I was in the shower. I almost bust my ass because her mother knows her kid's voice, and all I heard was her screaming. And then after I jumped out the shower, butt ass naked, slip, falling, and everything, about to bust my ass open, then I hear her laugh, and I'm like, God damn, man, she in there playing that game. I'm like, girl, you gotta let me know when you walk in, because I ain't know shit. But I would get online. I would get online to play that boxing game. Be talking shit and swallowing spit, beating motherfuckers down. I'm gonna break the tread off that CD, or however I might have to download it to the game. I'm gonna learn a lot of shit.
I still play the Fight Night Champion on the Xbox X.
Do you? Okay. Look, we done bought every fucking game console in here. That's what makes it so funny to me, my daughter now, because I done bought her 3 DS's, shit, every level of it. I done bought the Kinect. I done bought the 360 one time. I done bought the Wii U, and then the regular Wii and the PS. All this shit. And like
so
I
let
said,
me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you: Do you do your custom remote as well? You customize your remote as well?
Yeah,
I don't know how to do none of that shit. That's what I'm saying, Mr. Warren.
Control.
My son might
I
know how
know
to do that
people
shit.
spend $300-400 on just the controller. I'm like, damn.
I just bought some stickers for mine for the Atlanta Falcons.
I don't even know how to do that shit, Mr. Warren. I would teach my.
You go online and you can order it. You can like you know how you do Nikes? You ever been to a Nike online and you could put different things and stuff like that before you
Nope.
even pay for it? Customize the
See,
Nike. It's something similar to
yeah.
that.
I never. I'm sure I can learn. I just ask my kids because I'm behind the curve with the technology. They have to show me stuff sometime. But yeah, I ain't know how
Yeah,
to do
no.
none of that stuff. But I'm gonna learn. I got the PS5. I ain't even opened it out the box, y'all.
That's how I
I
don't
ain't even
need
got the.
Oh damn.
Yeah, and it's crazy because they say you can only get it one per household. We got two. My daughter just man, she just I always say she lucky, man. They came to her. I said, "Did you ask them to be put in this lottery pick?" She was like, "Nah." I said, "Don't cancel shit. Wait till they come off." And I mean, when I tell you it went like boom, boom, boom. They said be on at this time to buy it. Like let's say they said be on at 9 to buy it. We got on at 9, and by 9:15, my motherfucking ass had the message it's on the way. 4 days later, got it. But
Mm.
again, if I don't get that game will come out no time soon. I'm not gonna sit on it and just be holding it and shit. I'm gonna put it up for raffle, but I'm doing it for subs. You better know I
I,
got to get something out of it.
Hey, I got a
yeah, I
question for
want
you.
to take a time. I want to take the time out for the brother that's in the coma. I'm going to pray for him. I forget his name. That fought
Uh,
Morales or
oh
something.
damn, yeah, I was watching that fight. He
He in the
he hit him
coma?
and knocked him out. He in a coma.
Yeah, they put him in a medical induced coma.
Damn.
He probably had some swelling on the brain, so we let's hope that he come out of that.
Oh
So
Yeah.
yeah,
they
yeah,
probably
I'm
yeah.
glad
had
I'm
Prayers
to.
glad I
sent.
didn't post that video.
Prayers sent. Prayers sent.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I didn't post that, man.
Oh damn. Yeah, it was some interesting fights. This
I got
guy
the
from
video.
the
I got the actual
Ukraine.
video again him getting knocked out,
Well, who is this guy from the
but I ain't gonna
Ukraine
post.
via Poland? Like, I don't like how he fight already. He holds your head as he throwing. The ref ain't had shit to say to
Oh yeah,
him.
the tall, skinny
Yeah,
dude.
I wasn't liking. I was tired of the ref. You was hollering at the brother all the time, telling him don't do this, don't. And that guy
Yeah,
holding
that
the
buddy,
hand,
whatever. Yeah.
holding his head and shit, and then measuring with the stick. And I was like, man, get the fuck out. I didn't even want to look at the fight no more.
He was
I
from
hope
Ukraine.
somebody
That's
beat the
how I knew
shit out of
something
him.
was going on. He was from Ukraine.
Yeah, yeah, but he I think he defected to Poland and now he over here in the States. Tell me something. Yeah, it's good you learn English. You keep fighting like that, you're gonna be on your ass. Somebody gonna be on your ass. Yeah, but who else was fighting this weekend? I still haven't
Darrell,
seen.
Darrell,
I didn't. Andre Darrell. Yeah, they fought earlier. I didn't see their fights,
they were
but
banging.
somebody on the zone. Who was fighting on the zone? I didn't even look at it yet.
The
Who was
zone this
fighting?
weekend with Floyd Mayweather.
Nah, this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend Floyd Mayweather on the
This
zone.
weekend coming up. I'm talking about this past weekend. Who was fighting?
Wasn't nobody on the zone
It
fighting.
was. It was a fight on the zone.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a fight.
God damn it. Damn.
Mm-mm-mm. Y'all help us out. Who was fighting this
I
past
watched
weekend?
it. I fucking
Who?
watched it. It wasn't nobody really.
Yeah, it wasn't no big time. I did want to catch it though. Can't remember who it was, but obviously it wasn't that important. I ain't catch
Nah, it wasn't.
it.
But they had some good fights.
Quentin Bradley said it's the strawberry chihuahua on
Let
the
me look at that phone.
look,
I got it
Mr.
so
Warren, they
bad.
fucking with you.
Oh,
They trying to
I
fuck
don't
with you.
pay them no mind because they don't got no real smoke. That's
He
that that's
said
the only thing they got. That's the only thing they got. Other than that, that's the only thing they know how to use. Other than that, they can't use nothing on me. They ain't got nothing from me.
he
They
said you
know it.
number one. He said you number one. But this is Rob. That's right. Bivol and Zerto Ramirez. I did
Yeah,
want to see.
Yeah, Bivol, yeah.
Y'all know Zerto Ramirez was closing in on Floyd's record, but he ain't make his bones in boxing, so he wouldn't have stopped. He's young enough; he wouldn't have stopped at no 50 fights, and call it quits or nothing like that because he ain't made no money. But he was close. He was in them high 40s. He was closing in on Floyd's record. And I was like, damn, I'm surprised. Floyd, I don't think Floyd wants somebody to break that record till he long and gone.
Is he fighting regular for the zone, or is still an exhibition?
No, it's exhibition.
But why is he crossing the street on the zone?
Yeah,
Because
that's
they
what
The
broke.
question.
Because they broke.
Exactly.
Damn.
And I would tell you, ATL, go look at Barbershop Conversation. He got like a 5 or 8 minute clip.
They broke.
Everybody go look at it. He pulled the fucking receipt. PBC broke.
Damn.
Why you listen? Why Errol Spence listening to Al Haymon? They broke.
Nah, Errol Spence ain't broke.
Al Haymon, Errol Spence don't put up no money for his fight.
But it's funny. It's funny how they came up for money for Jake Paul entertainment, but they couldn't come up with a guarantee for the Earl and Crawford fight. But they can come up with a guarantee for Jake Paul.
Or Canelo, what they was trying to offer, but you ain't got no money. Shawty, you got money. I even say take the money that both of them made in their last fight, add it together and divide it by half, and let that be the upfront money. Errol Spence, you can take the bigger cut or whatever, however you want to see it. I don't want to hear about no damn people streaming and stealing fights. If that's the case, do away with pay-per-view altogether, because people steal fights. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Man, that nigga goddamn, that nigga said, I'm on goddamn BTL. Let me get a BLT. I mean BLK.
Who you talking about?
Crawford. Let me get a BLT. I mean, for BLK.
Oh, it's funny. Oh, so you do read. Okay, so you do listen to some of the stuff. So you selectively read what you want to, to fit your narrative, because you
pretty much, Mr.
Totally,
let me get my flash.
You totally disregarded Errol Spence recording of a phone conversation that he had where he said that the fight ain't happening until next year.
What about the tweets, though?
I'm talking about the phone conversation.
Well, answer that, ATL. Y'all cannot come back definitively and say
you can find different stuff, but he can't find nothing else. That's crazy.
Why Bud ain't post the draft?
No, listen, dog. Listen, I'm just listen. Bud asked him questions too, but why don't y'all understand? I can't understand logic. This is how we know. Hold on, ATL. This is how we know y'all hating, because this is he didn't. Not to me. Only a hater would think that. But
he said
but listen. But listen, Floyd Mayweather, who said I am PBC and PBC is me. Al Haymon and Errol Spence himself said 2023. So when you talking duck, I don't mind you calling
what
Bud
they gotta
duck.
Do with
because I asked the question that y'all niggas don't never want to answer.
What they gotta do with it? Tweets,
y'all niggas don't never want to answer. I'll answer any question.
You ain't answer my question.
Nigga, I asked this question first.
Why he ain't post the draft?
Ladies first, nigga. I asked the question first. Is Bud ducking this year? If they said next year. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's see. That's hate for y'all. That's what hate look like. Now, what's your question, ATL?
Why he ain't post the draft?
Why was he supposed to?
He was calling Spence out for some that was supposed not happen. And Spence said,
y'all really want him? Well, maybe he will one day. I don't have an answer. You gotta ask Bud. You gotta ask Bud that question. I don't know. Why Spence been ducking for 5 years? Answer that one. Why Spence been ducking for 5 years? I'm just saying. This is bullshit. Spence allows. He allows people to lie on his behalf.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, but ATL, he allows people to lie on his behalf. You know, the channels you be watching said that this fight ain't legit. Where the ticket sales? Now the ticket sales. Why do y'all never challenge the lies?
I want to see this.
And then y'all comment. See, I asked the question, you ain't answer. You know, the channels you be watching said there was no ticket sale. Why don't y'all challenge the lies? But then y'all come back and repeat them everywhere. No you know it's been circulating out there that this fight ain't legit, that Bud about to have with David Avanesian. How we know? Because the tickets ain't set. Wait, where can you buy tickets? That was it was like, I'll wait. Where can you buy tickets? Oh, here they go right here. I'd have been to enough fights.
I don't know where you can buy them. Ain't no number.
Nigga, are you serious?
Ticketmaster. You can go to Ticketmaster right now and see the sales for it.
That shit don't say that on the ticket.
Okay. See, y'all see
Okay,
this.
see, there you go. There you go. That's that selective.
Yeah. Manufactured anger. as my Obama's
Got
voice.
the old.
Who is that? What is that?
I don't know.
Oh,
They
that
got
was
the
him.
old damn state fair tickets. Like, I don't know
Man,
what
you
they is.
too rich. You too rich.
Admit one.
Y'all just yeah, Quinn, I hear you might have talked this way out of a fight. Okay, Quinn. If posting the draft was such a mic drop, ESJ
Thank
could
you.
have just
Somebody
posted
on the side.
the draft himself. That hey, listen to what the guy said. But see, listen, he gonna change up on you this Rob, because he ain't wait to the end of what you were saying. If posting the draft was such a
Come on, get on here, this
mic
Rob.
drop, ESJ could have just posted the draft himself and said, "Pardon my back." Joe could have. If it was such
This
a
is Rob.
mic
Don't get
drop.
on here, man.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna drop this link again just in case some of y'all missed what the link is. I'm sorry. I posted the link earlier. But listen, ATL. So Eddie Hearn is feeling a certain kind of way due to what he feels is undeserved criticism. He's like mad that people is like criticizing him because his fighter Conor Ben got caught with his drawers hanging down. You know, when he was on them peds and the coma thing, right? So the fans, the fans been at his neck because they feel he always knew of Conor's indiscretion, but he said nothing. But Eddie Hearn was the same person who, when Canelo popped and Big Baby Miller popped, he had a lot to say. So what y'all think about that? Mr. Warren is back. So I mean,
Sorry about that. My phone rang. So
I think he just, he damn near lost all his champions. So I think he just kind of down anyway. Cause when he had all them champions and stuff, and Canelo and Joshua, he was walking around with his chest out. He had a lot to say. He ain't got nothing to say really now. You know what I'm saying?
And he's another one that people bring up. He didn't want to touch Bud. He don't want. Then they make up every week is a different reason why he didn't want to touch Bud. He was just following suit. Like all of them promoters be kind of against each other, but they can all unify to make sure that things stay the status quo. They have to have unity when they got power over all the fighters. They can't do nothing that's gonna take the power away from a promoter per se to a fighter. So when he said, "I'm not gonna touch Bud," he was repping Bob on that one because Bob said, "Oh, he's gonna lose your money." But besides that, he don't have a welterweight now, and we know that he tried to cap for him. He tried to say something about contamination, but what does that lead? And I'm asking the panel, where does that lead Eddie Hearn as far as Matchroom and the Zone because of this debacle with Conor Ben? Either one of y'all can answer.
Well, at least Hearn's in a position where now he be lying because he still was trying to make that fight.
Yeah, he was.
He was still trying to put that fight on.
Yeah, he was talking about contamination. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something in a minute. The reason why I'm bringing him up is for a good reason. See, the difference with Conor Ben between Canelo and Valdez and whoever, Big Baby Miller and shit, is that Conor Ben was signed to Eddie Hearn. So what we see is when it comes to your people, they can cheat all day, huh?
I say, and he from over there.
Yeah, I mean, but he don't promote them. I mean, he worked with Canelo here and there, but his fighter is Conor Ben, and that Big Baby Miller was not his fighter. So of course he gonna go at somebody's neck that ain't his fighter. Eddie Hearn is creepy. He dirty. I ain't gonna say he moving stealth, but he got rules sometimes.
I have to admit, the Zone do promote young prospect fighters. I mean, they do put on a lot of fights though.
That's
good.
I always say that too. Yep, you're right. I'm sorry.
They get to eat. They get to eat a little bit.
They get paid. They definitely get paid. Tay, I see you in the building. What's Papa King? What's up, ATL?
Did you see when Eddie Hearn did that damn when he thought he could sing and shit?
Oh no, I missed that one.
I got you. Hold on.
Yeah, I know. I ain't gonna pull it up till I get off. Then I'll maybe bring it back up another day. But I always like to make sure what I'm pulling
talking
up.
about it. No, he was just goddamn singing the old ass song, "Ain't No Sunshine."
Oh yeah, they
This
made a
nigga
meme. They made the memes like,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was that
I
was
was gonna
crazy.
put it down. The 1999. Hey, that shit funny as hell, but you got to see that shit, man. That shit funny.
I'm gonna check it out. So look, so now the fans, everyone got the question. Connor's previous wins, especially in the fashion in which he won. So they look at it as a scandalous in nature. Is he really that knockout king that Eddie was trying to build and shit and all that? Then Eddie, you try to cover it up, and you should be ashamed of yourself, because y'all know the one thing I can't stand is people who have a disregard for life. I cannot stand it. You can be smashing
in the making.
Yeah, you could be smashing and destroying plant life in front of me. I'm like, what the fuck is you doing, nigga? You know what I'm saying? For some reason, I'm on that tip. Like, don't come around me with that disregard of life. All life is precious to me. All life. And then, I think boxing is one of them sports that, you putting your life on the line when you get in that ring. And for him to be kind of fugazi like that, I lost respect. But I will say, you're not gonna be disappointed if you look at a DAZN fight, because them undercards, that shit be popping. I ain't even gonna lie. You don't even have to know the damn people who fight. It be good motherfucking fights, and he paid them.
Yeah, so they getting paid because Floyd went over there to get paid. So, like
because
Floyd
Al
said,
Haymon ain't got no money.
Watch out.
He don't. And then let me say this to y'all.
Throw that out there.
Y'all know how Eddie Hearn be getting himself involved in everything. He says that Tank and Ryan and Bud and Spence could be made easily and quickly if Al Haymon decides to do the right thing. So I don't know, is he right for saying that? I think he right, because we have seen every promoter put a fight together quick, and just because the level of people you're putting it together don't mean it can't go quick. You got enough people to hire where you can hire one person to write every line on, like, you can have, like, if it's 10 lines in a contract, you can have 10 people to write every fucking sentence, one for each person. So I miss me when they can't be done that quick.
And Benavidez was made real quick. I mean, just absolutely quick for the next year.
And they can do it if they
want.
Sign
Contract and everything.
So for Tank versus Ryan, he said, all Showtime got to do is let DAZN handle that. Of course, Eddie gonna say some shit like that. It's clean up your mess time, Eddie. For this debacle you just went through with Conor Ben. So of course you're gonna say shit like that, because DAZN got a black eye fucking with you and Conor Ben. He said Spence should have went for the 25 mil that Crawford offered instead of rolling with Al. And I asked, is he right? I think he should have went for, at least found out some information. Act like you wanted it or something. He says that Tank and Ryan is bigger than Errol and Crawford. Of course you're going to say that, because Errol don't really fuck with you, and you done already tore your draws with Crawford. And what you remember when he said, I can't fuck with Crawford, I can't do nothing for you. Basically saying, I can't get no fights for you. If Bob couldn't get none for you, I can't do nothing for you. You think Crawford ain't gonna remember that shit? Now you try to clean up your mess and try to get DAZN popping again. So now you looking at these fighters and you chopping at the bits. And you know that Tank said he either leaving Al or Mayweather is coming pretty soon. So why wouldn't you want Tank on your roster? Because Ryan already fight for DAZN. I mean, Eddie, man, he is so see-through.
Is it true that the commission mandated the fight between Tank Davis and Ryan?
I don't know. I hadn't heard that, Mr. Warren. I hadn't heard that. Do anybody know that answer?
Nope.
But that's what I gotta say about Eddie. You try to clean up your mess and save face. Nigga shouldn't have been a liar. That's how I look at it. So let me get into the last story of the day. And this is the big one that everybody like. I'm going back to what we was talking about. So Crawford fight on December 10th. The tickets went on sale today. So much for why no ticket sales. It's not sanctioned by the Omaha Commissioning Board. This is fake, etc., etc. That's what the haters were saying. To all the naysayers, I'm gonna call them naysayers then. How about it? How about that? Tickets on sale today. This man is hated on so hard and lied on, made up on him. Lies are made up on him so much, but one by one is debunked. The Canahan bullshit. It was the latest that everybody trying to revisit, and I just laugh because I know if Canahan got the target on his back and he's public enemy number one as far as the United States government, they would not spare Bud. They would have dropped the hammer on him. That's how you get people like that. You squeeze them out through their partners. And y'all remember NTK was supposed to be an entity that Bud was signed on. That whole thing failed. Everybody under it failed. Bud didn't. The Bud was never a part of it. Lie number one. It's so many lies. Now I'm waiting on the proof that his lawsuit against Bob was dropped. Now I keep hearing about that. I actually looked it up. I ain't see it. I'm not saying that it can't be true. I just haven't seen it. So, I'm waiting on that shit patiently. And the latest lies was like his fight ain't real. It's not sanctioned or commissioned by the Omaha board or something like that.
Oh.
Well, is it or isn't it? I see tickets on sale. That was
1999.
That was the other one where the tickets were can you buy them, or like people was asking, can you buy them? Where can you buy them? And then nobody have an answer. They be like, all right then, it's fake. I know Bud ain't good enough for these folks. He has no value, so that's why the hate comes in, and that's why they say what they say. I mean, but clearly y'all see the tickets are on sale.
I'm gonna send it to you.
His fan base has encouraged him to not fighting Thurman and expressing their outrage in Thurman fight. So he's adopted that mantra. Yeah, but it's no excuse. He cannot. If you put him on the stand and say, Errol Spence, can you effectively explain why you hate Keith Thurman? He wouldn't have a.
I can explain.
He wouldn't have a good. You don't have a good reason. Go ahead though.
I'm gonna tell you exactly.
Explain.
Now, I'm gonna tell you my opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when Earl was still trying to clean up his side of the road, when he was first coming up, Keith Thurman fucked up his route trying to get to where he was trying to go because he didn't want to fight damn Earl back then. He acted like he was the big dog with his chest out, with his nipples showing, and he didn't want to give Earl a chance because he knew he was gonna get that work just like Bud knows.
I asked you, ATL, to explain to me why hate. I said the word hate.
No,
you gonna say that ain't. You wouldn't tell your children. You wouldn't. Hold on, ATL. Hold on, ATL. You're a parent just like me. You would not tell your children to hate somebody on some shit like that. I actually explain the hate. He say he hate them.
You ever heard of eye for an eye? Shit, he did that
dog.
Man the same way when he was the big dog.
So can I ask you a question? He wasn't. Errol Spence wasn't a big dog, and
Keith Thurman was the big dog back then.
Exactly.
And then give Spence the chance.
So then let me ask you this: Is Spence doing the same thing?
Hell yeah.
Then what you fucking mad at?
I ain't mad. I'm happy.
You can't be mad or hate. I asked you to explain the hate. You cannot be mad or hate somebody for doing some shit that you do.
Check this out. I wish he would have fought him so he could just go on and dust his ass off, but I know why he ain't fighting him.
So what happened is
explain the hate.
So I have a question. So I have a question for you as well. What if Earl moved up to 140, 154? Then what?
I would love it. I would love it.
That's
So
not ducking.
so wait a minute now. He said that he wanted to become undisputed.
Yeah,
Which
he
one
said
is
that, but
true?
he doesn't have a chance now because Bud is fighting somebody else
How
besides
how
him. He told
how
everybody who he wanted to fight,
again,
but
nigga?
when he
I'm gonna
won his
tell you,
last
ATL.
fight,
I love you to
come on,
death.
Miss T,
I
then we
love
have a
you to
bet on
death.
it. Miss T,
I
I bet it on
love
your
you to
show.
death.
Miss T, I
I
bet
love
it
you to
on your
death,
show
ATL.
that Errol Spence
But
would
you
call
better
his next.
speak some. You
Did
better
I,
speak some
Miss
common
T?
sense shit. There's
Did
no
did I
fucking
or
way.
did I not
No, I
on
can't
your
let you. I
show?
can't let you go to pro
Did
bone.
I do?
I
Did I
can't
did
let you
not?
go to the pro bone.
Did I or did I
No,
not on your show tell you had a whole bet what Spence was gonna do on his last fight when he
nigga,
called out Crawford? Yes or
nigga.
no?
That's not what
Yes
he
or no?
asked. That's
Yes.
not what
I'm
he
asking you.
asked.
I'm
You
asking
had
you.
bets that Earl Spence won't call. People say he won't go call out Bud. I don't give a fuck about that shit. You
No,
heard
answer
that
my
nigga?
question though.
Hold on, I just
Yes
answered
or
your
no?
question. You had a bet. I just said you had that bet.
And who?
Okay,
And
but you
okay.
answer my question, nigga. Wait a minute.
No.
If Spence, motherfucking PBC, and goddamn Mayweather said 2023.
Man,
If
I
we're
don't
in
understand. Oh,
2022, how you gather the spit in your
man,
mouth to
you
say
just got
Bud
that
is not doing?
information
You see,
after
nah,
he
nigga,
already signed the
nah,
damn
nigga,
fight.
nah, nigga. You
He already
filibustering.
signed the
You
damn
are
Polynesian fight.
filibustering. You're filibustering.
He wasn't
Answer
saying
the
none of that
question.
before that. He
Because
was fighting
no, I don't
Polynesian
give a
already.
shit. Bud didn't leak that conversation. Earl and them did. Earl or whoever was talking to him did. That ain't got shit to do with Bud. Earl said in that conversation, 2023. So did Al, so did Mayweather. So how in the fuck is Bud
Miss T,
doing anything to conflict
take
with a
the
fight
L
for
like a
them
woman.
this year? That is the point, nigga. Come on, shout it.
Take the L like a woman. Your man duck.
Oh my God, man. Take your L, man. You like, oh my God, man. This shit is crazy, nigga. Like, and ATL know I love him. That's my boy. But goddamn, nigga, you
Take
you
your
got
L like a
selected.
lady.
What did you say, Warren? Selected common sense. They select what they
No,
want
no, no. They
to
just
what
select. They just select what they want and to support their narrative. So
yeah,
they
man. ATL.
get
So
whatever
I'm the only
sound
person
bites
saying this,
or
right?
whatever clips that will support their narrative instead of just looking at the entirety of the whole conversation or the
But
whole
yeah,
receipts, all the receipts, and then make a
mm, response to it.
response for it. You know,
But
they
and
don't
this
want to do that.
this is the crazy part. Let's not call Earl a duck. Let's not call Bud a duck. Let's just deal with
Yeah.
common sense. In 2023, according to the powers that be, that
Niggas a
fight
duck.
between them was not happening. That ain't got nothing to do with Bud and everything to do with Al Haymon, Floyd, and Spence. All three of them said it. So how is Bud ducking in 2022 when the people he trying to fight say they're not fighting them till next year?
Man, y'all didn't even know he was finna fight Polynesian. He just came out of left field with the
What
shit.
they got to do
Okay.
with what I just said? What he did
So, but
know
I can
is
come up
that
with
they
an
wasn't fighting
explanation
for
for that if you like.
2023.
Let me ask both of y'all a question, right? Both of y'all one question.
Oh
It's
my
just simple.
God.
When you heard that Bud was fighting Polynesian, was you surprised? Yes or no?
I wasn't surprised about nothing. I don't be surprised about shit. I know
That's some
Bud do what
bullshit.
the fuck Bud
Some
do what the
bullshit.
fuck he want to do, just like Spence do. I ain't gonna laugh at the shit because
But I ain't answering your question though.
That nigga Spence didn't
But
want
I
to
ain't
fight till
answering your question.
2023. Now you answer that.
So this is what I was surprised about. First, I wanted. As a matter of fact, and it's been it's receipts on me always saying that if Bud do not fight Earl Spence, that he should chase the bag. And I've been shooting. What's the guy name that just got Ben Connor Ben?
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, people was uh, effectively explaining why that Conor Ben fight would never happen. But my choice was always to say, you know what, if Earl don't want to fight, let Bud just go ahead and get a bag. But the narrative was that he would never get the kind of money that he would never get the kind of money to fight anybody else that he would get fighting Earl. Well, it looks like he got 10 million to fight, which y'all consider a nobody. So I think that's doing pretty damn good, and that's
Exactly.
upfront money.
I just want this. ATL, you know I love you. I'm gonna yell at your ass anyway, though. I love your ass. You know I do. But I'm just saying, we can't be so fanned out that we can't just say common sense. If the people that
I feel the
ATL
same way
ain't no
you feel.
fucking way. You
feel the
heard
same way
Earl. You heard Earl say 2023. We living in 2022 right now. That means in 2023 is
why did
when
he
they
say that, Miss
get a
P?
fight.
Why
I
did he
don't
say that, Miss
care
P?
why they said it.
What do
They
you mean you
said it.
care why? It's a reason why he said that, because Bud already got a damn fight.
No, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
Let me show you why that's a lie. You want me to show you why that's a lie? And you so into your fanage.
Talking about
let me tell you why that's a lie. When that phone call leaked, it had been out a month or a couple of weeks before Bud announced he was going with David Avenesian. So y'all gotta miss me with that one. That is the motherfucking truth. That phone call did not happen, and then the next day it was leaked. That shit was weeks before. I don't know. And I said this the other day. Whoever the fuck taped Errol Spence without his knowledge, because a couple of ways that this phone call happened. If you take this man without his knowledge and then leaked it, that's you're a mighty fucked up individual. You real fucked up, and Errol Spence should be at your neck right now. That's real fucked up. But if Errol Spence knew he was being taped and sanctioned the leak, whether he did it or not, then he has a purpose for that. All you gotta do is backtrack. When did he take his kids to motherfucking to the motherfucking Disney World or whatever? You know what I'm saying? I bet I'll find it. I bet you he took that shit down. I bet you he took that shit down. But it's something that can be out there that he don't you can look at, and you'll find out round about what time. That conversation happened weeks before it was leaked. Weeks to up to about a month before. And in that conversation, he said 2023. So what the fuck is Bud supposed to do?
ATL watched enough CSI to understand fingerprints. That nigga fingerprints is all over the case, and he's guilty. He's guilty, man.
It's ATL.
You don't want that glove to fit, but he's guilty.
He gotta admit.
He think, man. He trying to erase his fingerprints on some shit, and he getting caught up in it. That's all. And you know it.
You can't be that much of a fan. Listen.
That hurt y'all and did that bullshit.
But ATL, if Bud do something crazy, like when the Canahan story first came out, I said, Bud, y'all were under Bob Arum, his whole stable at stake. I said, and then the United States government came out and said, look, they did a friendly shot across the bow and was like, you involved with this nigga or anything, I suggest you sever ties. You're gonna get a get out of jail free card. In other words, if you got a contract, he don't have no recourse to take you to court. You just out the contract. I even named when I said that Bob had some affiliation with him, but Bob distanced himself real good. I said everybody in that stable, to include Bud Crawford, yada 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 yada. I don't care for nobody. So I just, that's the only part. Like, some people can have plausible deniability or possibly put something together to make it seem like whatever. But come on, shawty. The people
Why you think they won't let Fury? Why you think they won't let Fury in the United States? Why you think all because of that? But I mean, again, PBC has dealings with him as well, so it's not like
I'm just saying the common sense of it all. The powers that be said 2023. They didn't say 2022. And you guys gonna say, I don't even call Spence for ducking. I'm not even gonna say he ducking because they're saying we're ready for you in 2023. So we gotta wait. Oh nigga, I can, but I'm not even going there. But 2022, see you talking. Well, I'm talking because you don't want to hear it. You filibuster. You know damn well That Bud
I
ain't have
don't.
shit. He would have, if he didn't make a fight, he wouldn't have had nothing and
I
shit.
don't.
How you figure? When your own man said it.
I don't know what y'all talking
How
about.
you figure when your own man said it?
He don't have no recourse for it.
As much
Nigga,
as I
I
You
look
would
at
know.
the damn screen and I see these tickets, I just can't believe none of this
when
shit.
your own man said it. How do you combat that?
Oh shit, let's just say doors open at 5.
When your own man said it. That I could ask that question forever and a day, and you will never have an answer for that.
Man, hell
That's
no.
taking fandom too
None of
far.
that y'all talking about.
That's taking fandom too far.
That nigga Bud is a duck.
Your
And that's
motherfucking man is ducking. He don't
I'm
want to fight till next
standing on
year.
that shit.
How about that?
I'm standing
How
His
on
about that?
team,
it.
his team don't believe in him. That's what it is. His team don't believe in him.
Bud outshine this nigga every time. They swear they be trying to devalue Bud, but Bud show he is the hot ticket item. He's the go-to guy. He's the goat.
If and when Earl get a hold of that ass, he gonna beat the dog shit out of Crawford. I promise you.
Bud gonna beat the lie out
If
of his
and
ass.
when.
He gonna be known as Earl the Lie Spence.
He making it worse for himself right now. He don't even know
I
it.
beg to
Man,
differ.
you just don't
I
know.
beg to
You
differ.
just don't know what y'all finna put on him. How much of beating y'all finna put on that boy. Y'all causing him to get beat down as bad as he getting beat down.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna blame the Earl.
This
I'm gonna
nigga,
blame the
hey,
Earl sexual for
I
that.
hope you be around when it do take, if it
look,
ever takes place, because I'm betting everybody.
No, because he gonna move
look.
up to 154. So the
Yeah, that's
belt
They can
will be
fight
duck,
at
vacant.
154. I
duck.
don't care. They can
Hey,
fight at 154.
Nutcracker.
I don't care.
And you gonna be and y'all gonna be real surprised if he activate a franchise. Y'all gonna be like, damn.
I don't care about
Yeah.
nobody else but him and
Hey,
Earl fighting.
Nutcracker. I'm talking to you, Errol Spence. You see this picture on the talking to you.
I don't give a damn
Stop
if it is at
playing.
154.
Stop
Earl gonna
playing.
beat that nigga ass.
Stop letting your fans be in the dark and
You
be
know I done
talking
said this on
crazy.
plenty of your shows, Miss T.
Stop, stop. I don't know what y'all eating. It's like, remember y'all see Undercover Brother? I don't know what they slipped in the food, but they slipped something in the food so that fucking Errol Spence can click something on and make them just be
I know what it is
illogical and
over
shit.
here. Man
What
down
is it?
all day.
What
Yeah,
is
he
it?
down. He down all right. And you know what? I got a question I really wanted to know, and I'm still curious about that.
What's up?
Bud made a comment and said, I know the real reason why you didn't want to fight this year. You need to stay off that shit.
Hold on, look, you got to point to me where that happened. Was that in that interview?
That was in the tweet when they was tweeting back and forth.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Damn.
Yeah, but he
yeah.
still ain't post that draft though.
He said, I know why you really didn't want to, and
Still ain't
people
post that
telling me
draft
that
though.
people telling me on that shit.
Remember you ran from that question about the draft. He still ain't
Nah,
post
he
that
ain't
draft
putting. He
though.
ain't fuck this punk ass question. Somebody said he can put out the damn draft. Since you talk about the draft, put it out, nigga. Put it
No,
out.
he asked Bud to put
Call
that.
Buzz
He couldn't do
bluff.
that. He talking
Call
all that
Buzz
shit and he
bluff.
ain't put that shit out. He didn't
Well,
even
well,
want to say
Earl,
nothing.
What
listen,
draft
if
are you talking
Earl
about?
can put it out,
He didn't even say nothing after that.
Earl can put it
What
out.
what?
Earl, you can put
Oh,
it
you
out.
talking about a contract?
The
BLM,
term sheet.
BLT,
Errol Spence.
BLK.
Errol Spence, won't you go ahead on and put this draft out that you was talking about? Put it out. Y'all see I'm talking to him. Put the draft out. There we go.
Nigga reading
And,
flashcards and shit. Y'all believe this nigga still? Y'all crazy.
nigga, you don't even believe common
Yeah,
sense. You
yeah,
crazy.
man,
You
delusional.
crazy.
You talking about delusional on a whole nother
T-Ray
level, man. I
promotion. I see
never
you,
thought
King.
I'd see the
Crazy.
day. I never thought I'd see the day. A black man be so delusional about something like this. This
I
is
don't know, but
crazy,
yeah, Mr. Warren, I swear they undercover brother that fell off his pimping.
man,
They done got him.
man,
A
Y'all
man
don't know
that
nothing
man,
got
y'all talking about. Man
man.
down
It's
all
some
day.
man. I don't know
Y'all
what they
believe
taking more. You
you
got
know
I
that
don't know.
Kool Aid.
the first
Earl
solution to
Spence got
knowing you
that
got a
Kool Aid.
problem is
Y'all
admitting
drinking
the
that Earl
shit.
Spence
You got a
Kool Aid,
problem.
man.
I
Y'all
promise you, yeah.
zombies up in here.
I promise you,
The first solution
ATL.
to solving y'all illness is to admit it. Y'all got a problem.
Hey, look, ATL, I guarantee you, if we was in the court of law, you'll lose
You
your
gotta
case
admit that
straight up.
shit.
You
You
will
gotta wear
lose
that
your
shit.
case.
Boy,
You can't even be honest about when the man himself and his handlers say
you gotta go get you a coat
2023.
made, Miss
You
T.
can't
Say,
you no
my man a
listen.
buck.
You can't even be honest about that. That is the easiest of all this shit to be honest about.
You know what? I'm gonna get a coat made for you, and I'm gonna send it to you.
You
It's gonna
can't
say,
be honest about this shit,
my man
man.
a buck.
It's the easiest. It is if no matter whose side you on, it's the easiest thing to be honest
And
about.
hold on, and still, I say this on every show, Miss T,
Because you
right?
heard Mayweather
Listen to me,
said,
right?
and you heard
Listen
what's
to
your
me.
name?
Listen to me.
What?
Because some people get the wrong perception about me sometimes. But just like I'm gonna tell you, and I've been telling you all the time, I love both of them brothers. I want nothing but the best for both of them. But I'm just man down all day, and I don't want to hear none of that shit.
Man, but listen, ATL, you have said that, but I would say you discredit yourself and you throw your credibility
No,
off
I can't,
when
because I
you
say it on
hold
every
on.
show.
Let me
I
finish.
say it on every show.
Listen. You have said that, but you're throwing your credibility off when you can't
No,
even
I'm just
admit
man
the
down.
simplest of things. The
I'm just
simplest of
man
things.
down.
We don't have to attach any negative connotation to either man. The Team
Well, I just
Spence
want
and his
everybody else to know
handlers,
that.
Team Spence and his handlers chose 2023. Bud is in 2022. Everybody else is in 2022. If Bud wants to have a fight this year that does not conflict with anything in 2023, then how do you come to your conclusion? Y'all can't even just admit that.
And
You
then I
can't even
told
just
you
admit that.
too. And then I told you too. At the end of the day, even if Crawford was to whoop Spence ass, I'm still man down. I'm not gonna jump dick or jump ship. It is what it
Nah,
is. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I feel you. But your boy is a duck and some more shit off the dick, man. Off the dick. Earl
But I ain't
Spence,
worried
let me
about
put
that.
this
I'm just
up.
saying. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, Earl, listen, I'm talking to you. Man, you be ducking and you be lying off the dick, shawty. You better get it together, Earl.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna get a message from Earl one day. He gonna be like, I appreciate it, man, because these other motherfuckers, they delusion.
Earl, we happy for you as a black man to get your paper and all that. We want you to do well in your career here at Boxing Fans Talk TV. But we ain't taking no bullshit. We ain't gonna lie. We ain't gonna cake for you, and neither we're not gonna do it for Terrence Crawford neither. None of y'all motherfuckers do nothing for me. So I'm gonna tell the truth. I love boxing, but the shit look fugazi on Errol Spence part from where I'm sitting, and all the goddamn reasons and the roadblocks. Like even with this ticket sale, I
The
know
road,
you
bro.
heard this ATL.
The
I
whole
know
fight.
you heard them people you watch say that where the ticket sale. Well, here it is now. Here it is. Is it legit now? Why we just I don't know if it was legit or not. I had to sit and
I'm gonna
wait
tell
too.
you.
But I was
I'm gonna tell
willing to
you.
sit and wait.
I'm gonna tell you who I watch. Right.
Who you watch?
The only people I deal with, I fuck with Drew Titan. That's my nigga.
I like Drew.
I fuck with BF, and I fuck with Trill Talk.
Yeah, I've watched Trill and everything. But I'm just saying, but it's more than them in that group or whatever. It
Yeah,
don't
but
matter who. It don't matter who the
I don't
group
mess with
is.
everybody.
I'm
I don't
not
mess with
talking
everybody.
about no. Listen, I ain't here to talk about nobody channel.
No,
I'm
yeah, no. I'm
saying
just saying that's what I rock
I'm
with.
saying that
When I'm not on your
I
show,
feel you.
and I hold on, and I
I
rock
feel
with
you.
it's a new guy out there. His name is Showboat. I fuck with him.
Okay. I
He
mean,
come on at night.
I'm not to say anything disparagingly about anybody's show or
No,
or
I know what you're
whatever.
saying. I was just letting you
Content
know
creators,
who
we
I be
have.
rocking with.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you.
So
I'm just trying to make this
ATL,
statement. Hold up, y'all. Let me get the statement out.
yes,
So
sir.
we
Yes,
clear.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
He said yes. Okay.
No,
I got
I'm
these.
used to
I
saying that.
got
I'm
these
sorry.
TTs for a minute, for a reason, nigga. Put some
Yes,
respect on that.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But yeah, I'm just saying. In the end of the day, let me be clear. I do not knock nobody's opinion. I get passion sometimes here and there. And ATL is my boy. I love him to death. And of course, I'm gonna be at his motherfucking neck when he act like he don't see common sense. And to me, this part of the whole equation is the most simplest and common sense thing. And when Spence fans can't admit it, that's when I be like, oh my God. So I get a little passionate, but I'm respectful of everybody and all their shows or whatever. And your opinion is yours and mine is mine. But go ahead. That's all I want to say, Mr. Warren. Go
I
ahead.
put in the chat, the private chat, the sale, the seating arrangements and everything for the
Mm-hmm.
tickets from Ticketmaster. Just in
Cool.
case you don't look like the way that look,
Yeah.
Ticketmaster got it up, so we know they're verified and certified.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull these things up and save them, Mr. Warren. But
Uh huh.
like I said, I try not to bring nothing up while I'm doing the show because I like to look over everything and like so I
Hmm.
can be authentic as much as possible,
So
knowing that I'm
that's
a
just
human
a
and can make mistakes.
right. So that's just a link for Ticketmaster,
Okay.
and it gives you the seating arrangements and where to seat and how much. If
Hmm.
you was to go to a concert, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah,
I heard that arena that they having it at a stadium is one of their biggest or nicest one
yeah.
in that
So
area.
it says 19,000. I did my research,
Mm,
so it says up to
mm,
19, a little bit over 19,000,
mm.
and that's not on the floor. That's not including the floor.
Ooh,
And that's gonna be sold out. We know.
ooh.
Mm. But but listen, regardless of how much money this make,
Ain't nobody buying that shit.
two like that what he
I'm
say.
buying it.
That what he say. I guess we ain't nobody because I'm buying it too, Mr. Warren. But I can tell you right now, I ain't buying shit Errol Spence doing at the
Hey,
PBC.
look,
Not
check this
because
out,
of
right?
PBC. Not because of Earl, but because of the PBC.
I got an open bet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. If we look at this goddamn fight, right? Now, I'm be looking in the goddamn stand to see how if it's sold out like they say it is.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody want to bet on that?
Man, I don't care about none of that. How about you bet?
Okay.
Is this
All
nigga
right.
gonna make? Is he gonna make his 10 million? Bet on that.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I'm betting on it because even his fans is fed up with him.
No, we not. Don't
Huh?
speak for us. Nope. That you wrong on that. I don't know any of his fans that's sick of him. I know some of
Okay,
Earl Spence fans be humming a
Bet me
humming.
his shit
the
won't
last
be
fight.
sold
The
out.
last fight he had is sold out at his stadium when he was at
Bet me,
when he.
bet me.
You want me to pull
His
that
shit
up for
won't be
you
sold
for
out.
the
No,
Gamboa?
Mr. Warren, you ain't even gotta pull up because you know that they
Bet
don't
me his
believe
shit
in
won't be
facts.
sold out.
They it don't matter. He got a bag.
Okay, so his
He got a
last, so
bag.
this right, so so the Gamboa fight, it was at a different arena. It's over 16,000, and it
Bet me
sold
something.
out. It sold up to 15. So he did a little bit
One
over
of y'all bet me fifty
15,000
dollars. That shit ain't gonna be
in a
sold out.
16,000 seating arena.
That question is to you. This is Rob said, ATL.
I said
How
one
you
of
gonna
y'all bet
wish
me $50. This
I
shit
ain't
ain't gonna be
nobody
sold out.
betting you that ridiculous ass bet. This nigga getting a bag. He getting paid more than
Bet
Earl.
me if you so sure. Bet
He
me.
done better than Earl. He going to
Bet
at
me
this
this
point.
shit gonna be
I don't even
sold out.
care. Y'all can live in y'all fantasy, shawty. I don't care. My
Bet me.
whole point is he made a power move. Earl wish he could do shit like that. This is Rob said.
Y'all ain't
How
even
you gonna
complimenting
wish?
your own man.
Look,
That's
look,
fucked
look,
up.
look. No, I'm just saying Earl wish he could do stuff like that. That's a
Bet
fact.
me 50, it won't be sold out.
Why the fuck I need to bet you?
Because
Bet me
you
50. This
you
nigga
ride with
doing
Crawford,
power
right?
moves. Whatever, dog.
You ride with Crawford,
This
right?
is Rob said how you wish the best for both of them brothers. And then the next line you say ain't nobody gonna buy that shit. He ain't gonna buy
Because that's how I am. You want to bet me, Rob? Bet me 50, Rob.
it.
That shit ain't gonna be sold out.
Well,
Bet me, Rob.
Miss T, I want to thank you for allowing me the
Yeah.
opportunity to get on your panel. I really
Uh,
appreciate that. Hey, ATL, I rocks with you, man. You good to go.
No
Salute
yeah.
to
problem,
you, brother.
you know.
Salute to you, Queen. Salute to everybody in the chat. I
Uh,
appreciate you. Keep doing what you do, Mrs. T. Stay on his neck too.
yeah, I have to.
We
This my
do this
little
all the
brother.
time, but we love
This
each
my
other. We
little brother. Yeah,
always do
yeah.
this.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
know
We do
we
this all
said
the
in
time.
love, y'all. Thank you, Mr. Warren.
Thank you.
We
People
said
be
in
getting stuff
love.
mixed up and misconstrued. We love each other. At the end of the day, this will make the
Yeah,
show.
yeah. But sometimes I gotta get on my little brother because little brothers have knuckleheads. You know what I'm saying? He don't. I was like, nigga, you gotta admit the basics. We can't be so into our fandom that we don't admit the basics.
I feel the same way on my side.
Dude, you cannot argue with them saying 2023.
I ain't arguing.
You have no recourse on that. So you can't make the you cannot. You cannot.
I go get Polynesian from Chick-fil-A.
Nigga, this what I'm saying, y'all. This is shit right here. Miss ATL, can you smack him for me?
So you want hot honey mustard or Polynesian? Let me get the Polynesian sauce.
Whatever. Miss ATL, can you smack your hubby for me?
Oh no, she a true Spence fan too.
Oh, Miss ATL, come on now.
Yep.
Miss ATL, you've been hearing me kick these facts and knowledge.
Yep, she had. We always got that.
Well, hold on. Ask her about that though. I'm anxious to hear what she gonna say about that.
About what?
About the fact that Errol Spence, Floyd Mayweather, and Al Haymon say it won't going down to 2023. Man, so how is he ducking?
Everybody, Al Haymon, you don't watch everything I don't watch, right? Come here, baby. She want to know why they talking about the fight in 2023. Basically.
No, that's not the question.
Hold on.
The question is, if they say it's not going down to 2023, Al Haymon, Errol Spence, and Floyd Mayweather, then how can Terrence Crawford duck for 2022? Do you agree with him ducking somebody in 2022?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God, Miss ATL.
Yeah.
Come on, sister.
They came. Look, I feel like he already planned on fighting Polynesian before.
No, y'all didn't. Boy.
Yep. Thank you,
Queen.
He could have just said that. That's how I feel like.
See, she said he could have just said he needed a tune-up. He could have just said that.
How is he ducking if they were not gonna fight him in 2020?
But did you hear though? She said he could have just got a tune-up. He could have just said that he wanted a tune-up before he got his ass whooped.
She signed with her man. That's how I'm gonna take
it. She watched the same thing I
watched. I hear you, Queen. Represent your man. But you know I'm gonna be at his neck. Both of y'all little sister and brother to me. But anywho, thanks for coming on, ATL. We did have fun, but boy. Y'all know I love this man. I love it. I love Mr. and Mrs. ATL. Yeah, but I'm trying to get them all the way together, y'all.
It ain't gonna happen. We man down all day over here.
Oh man, I'm telling you, when that fight go down, we gonna see a lot of betting, huh?
Yeah, we sure live. You know, I'm always on the front line.
Nigga, I suggest everybody go download to be safe. Go download the MGM, and they don't pay me to advertise for them, but their shit is simple and it's safe, and I mean it's transparent. You bet. MGM's betting. Like if you went to the MGM, you can go in there to their betting table and make these bets, but they have an app that you can do it from the app as well. I would say get that because your shit gonna be swift and easy, and they pay out whatever if they win or don't. I did bet the Deontay Wilder fight when I was at it, and I feel like I got robbed. But hey, we have to go. We have to go by what they say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what they said was he didn't win.
But you bet some other shit,
nigga. I bet probably like $500 all together because I bet $300. I broke them up in sections, like rounds 1 through whatever. This is when Deontay gonna stop him.
Yeah.
And then I bet it. What else I bet? I bet that he was going to win, and then with some other thing I bet. So I bet it like $500. But here's the thing: he did stop him in one of them rounds that I put the $100 bet, and the turn and the payoff was going to be like $1,500. You talking about a nigga mad?
Oh, so you lost because he knocked him out in the first.
No, I covered every round.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so it didn't matter when he knocked him out. Deontay knocked this nigga out. If you getting up after 17 seconds, nigga, you lost. But shit, I can't, I don't know what the fuck the referee was seeing and all this shit. And, boom, if they'd have called it like it was supposed to, Miss T would have had to come up with $1,500.
Oh, you talking about with Tyson Fury?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about with Helena. Yeah, they cheated with the Fury shit.
Yeah. You talking about
They
a bitch,
owe,
man.
they owe everybody money for that shit.
Who you talking about a bitch?
That's why they ain't saying nothing about it, because they know they had the old niggas.
And it's crazy because I was partying. I was partying in Vegas like it was 1999. The bitch turned 50, and I was catching limos and buying weed products and shit.
She said I was catching limos and shit.
That money, that would have just brought my money back. It'd have been like I ain't even spent that money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was mad as hell.
Hey, look, I made this promise, right? I made this promise, and we talked about this shit before several times. Like,
what?
When it's a fight in the A, we got to link up.
True. Let me tell you, with some people, I don't go to that fight stuff. I don't go to
like Devontae Davis or some shit. I'm not.
Nah, I don't go to his shit. People get shot. I ain't saying that's a guarantee.
But if he fight Ryan or some shit in Atlanta, you won't meet me down there?
I don't know. I might. Cause I want to go. But nigga, I ain't with the shootouts afterwards.
I ain't with the shit either.
You.
Oh, you going, Queen?
Yeah.
Okay. I might have to bring some family members and bring my Nina and Santa Maria with me and put it on my hip. I might have to roll like that.
I know all people down there, so you gotta worry about that.
Yeah, man.
I'm a man of
on the side of a caution. Yeah, I like to be very cautious, but maybe, because it's senseless. And like I said, this takeoff shit, it really got to me. Like
that shit got to me too. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay,
that shit is stupid, man. It's stupid, and I'm sick of it. Like,
right. I'm sick of it too.
I don't even surround myself with people no more because of Dolph. Like, Dolph was influenced. He changed my life, whether nobody know it or not. Like, just the shit he talked about, getting money, get up off your ass. You know what I'm saying? Took that nigga and Takeoff. That shit fucked me up because I'm like Takeoff. Like, I'm in the cut. I don't fuck with nobody. I stay to myself.
Me too,
I stay out the way. And for him to lose his life, that's fucked up, bro. Like,
yeah, this whole street politics and all that, I don't get it because I don't live that life. I ain't knocking nobody who do. But especially since my nephew got violently killed recently, that shit just fucked me up. I was like, are you serious, man? Like, I don't even want to live in a world where all of that bullshit is going on. I can't stand
and everybody think it's cool. They promoting it and paying us to keep promoting it and doing it, and don't nobody see shit.
But I can tell you, I could break that whole situation. I done looked at enough videos, seen some videos. I could break that shit down. I can analyze it like a motherfucker, but I won't.
We know what's going on.
I know. It's like this is the biggest part. Since my nephew died, I just prayed that everybody have cooler heads. Exactly. And I prayed that people have it in them to forgive, because that's what I'm going through right now. Trying to learn how to forgive. Exactly. So that's where I'm at. And it catch me 5 years from now, I might be like, fuck that. I found out some shit. I don't know, but that's where I'm at right now. And but I always say, everything you do has consequences. If you ready to take the consequences and be accountable for the shit you say and do, then okay.
But it's still, at the end of the day, to me, it's stupid because we losing so many of our brothers. Either way it go, somebody dead, another nigga going to jail for the rest of his life. So it's like no win, period. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, come on, man, like, learn how to fight again. Like, we used to fight back in the day. We didn't have to do that. You get your ass whooped.
Yes, you got your ass whooped.
I still got friends who I done whoop their ass, and we still best friends today. And
exactly.
We done got into it. We ain't shoot each other, kill each other. We just goddamn grew up and went the fuck on.
I can tell you about an ass whooping I got 40 years ago, and I ain't never gonna forget that ass whooping because it was like a straight up bank. I had knots in my ears and everything. That shit and matter of fact, the world premiere video of Michael Jackson Beat It came out that same night.
I told my lady when I got my ass beat and lost my girlfriend to the nigga that beat my ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I fought.
Yeah,
You know
but yeah, that's our point, y'all. Me and ATL would have never met. We wouldn't even be on these shows if we'd have just look at life like how these people react. We use our hands, we use our words. Ain't nothing wrong with being diplomatic. That shows more strength when you use your mind, and get out of certain things. Not conning nobody, but cooler heads prevailing. But that's what I hope, that cooler heads prevail and forgiveness can be found some kind of way. But whatever happens, hey, y'all gotta be accountable for the shit y'all say and do. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
So,
nobody else but you, goddamn.
Exactly. But what your closing thoughts, ATL? And then we're gonna rock out.
My closing thoughts on what? Just give me
on the show. On all the shit I try to school you on.
Oh, man. Okay, first of all, let me say that's bullshit. Man down over here all day. You know what I'm saying? Chance cover for Polynesian, it's okay. Spence said he gonna bend the block. We all, we know what that. Well, everybody might not know what that means, but if you don't know what that means he's coming back around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe this shit might happen at 154. Like I done said on several shows already that I think it's gonna happen at 154, and I think that's what it is.
Okay, well, listen, everybody's opinion is welcome here, and yeah, I got a little heat under the collar, but like good heat. You know what I'm saying? ATL, my brother. Y'all always remember that. Like that's my boy right there, and he could get in my ass. Like when it comes to me saying some stuff that he don't agree with, and I'm gonna get in his when it comes to him saying some shit that I don't agree with. But it's all love in the end, and we gonna woo-saw it out. And that's my boy. And Queen, Miss ATL, you better stop protecting your dude.
Hey, look, Minty, let me tell you how much I love you and how real shit be, right?
Yeah. I
might see a goddamn something you got up there. I'm like, oh, I think she pulling me to this goddamn conversation because she know I'm gonna click on this goddamn thing. You know I'm gonna click on this link. You can't be talking about my boy like that.
No, you know what it is. I be seeing stuff, and I call myself the debunker secretly, low key. Y'all. I call myself a debunker because sometimes you gotta wait till stuff come out. And like I was telling about the FBI with Bud, y'all let this Canahan shit go. Please do. Please do. The shit is funny sometimes when I'm listening to it.
I hope he got nothing to do with
that. Well, you know what? The government ain't, you know.
Mitzi, hold on. Mitzi, hold on. Wait. Never mind. I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's still an ongoing investigation, so I don't even want to talk about it.
Right, but I'm just saying.
It was about a boxer, but I ain't want to bring it.
Yeah. I feel
you know what I'm talking about.
I think I know who you're talking about.
To have something to do with talking about, earlier.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could have brought him up, but hey, I mean, it is what it is.
But I'm just
saying, got to be more careful. That's why I say you got to be accountable for the shit you say and do. It's just plain and simple. But trust me, you guys, if Bud was dirty, contaminated in any kind of way, and it's in my opinion, and I got experience to back what I'm saying up, they would not spare him. Do you understand what I'm saying? The Porter fight would have never happened. Bud would not even try to negotiate fights, period, because he will already know what's going down. They would have froze his assets. I'm telling you, they would have spared no one. Do you understand? So that is what tells me that he wasn't. And before that, last year, according to these same folks, he was tied to MTK Global, and he wasn't. What we find out in the end, that he wasn't. So
he
just
did
stop
fight one fight with him.
He wasn't tied to them.
No, he fought one fight with them.
What fight was that? What was that? MTK Global Shawty.
He was signed with Sean Porter.
I know. I didn't read anything like that. Now I'm gonna go research that.
No, he fought Sean Porter. He was signed to them. That's it.
No, he wasn't. He was signed to Top Rank.
That was his highest payday.
But ATL, stop repeating. he was with Bob Arum. He was with
Look it
Top
up.
Rank. I
Who
can
he
tell you.
fought?
I can
Okay.
tell you that.
No, Cale Brook. Cale Brook. I'm sorry.
He was with Bob Arum at that fight too.
One
He
of them
was
fights
not tied to them,
one of them
Shawty.
fights he was
He
with.
was not tied to them.
Whichever fight he got his highest purse, he was with MT.
His highest purse was with Sean Porter, and he was not
that's who he was
with him. He was not. I don't gotta look it up. He was signed to Bob Arum. I don't have to look it up. And anyway, MTK went by the wayside. Everybody went down with the ship except Bud, but he's supposed to have been with them. Come on, y'all. Stop this shit. Stop this shit. They will not trust and believe me. The United States government do not hold Bud Crawford in high regard.
Why
they
is his
put the hammer
coming
down
up with him then? Why is
because
his name
your friends want to say that. The people that you your friends or whoever, they want to say that shit. That I can't tell you. You have to ask them why they want to say it. They want to say that. But having sit, and worked, and I'm gonna just leave it right there. No, they would not. I'm just being honest. This ain't got nothing to do with nobody else or what I'm saying. I would just tell you guys what I know. They will not spare him, y'all. They will not spare him. He is not in that high regard to them. They would have put the hammer down on his ass if he was a part of that group. And the government
one fight.
No, they did not. They did not. They did not. He was
signed.
You a loving mother. He was signed. He was. Son. That ain't got nothing to do with that. You funny as hell. I'd have got my ass tore out the frame trying to bring a baby up in the house at that age. But no, he was signed to Top Rank. And after that, the infamous firing of Bob Arum on the post press conference. He was signed to Top Rank, shouted. His contract ended after that fight. No, he did not. And that fight wasn't a purse bid because Bob beat the deadline and paid for the fight. Now, where Bob got the money, you might could build a story from that. But Terrence Crawford was signed to Bob. But
Bob got like 5 hearts. That nigga rich as hell.
Anywho, y'all, don't rock with those stories. don't do it to yourself.
For real, he done had like 2-3 open heart surgery, bro.
I don't know about his health and all that. Bob, I always
like 89, bro.
Now the nigga like 91. I always say
Bob old about Bob, man.
I would say this about old people, man. If you're so lucky and so blessed to make it to that age,
well, he's super blessed.
You almost get a pass on a lot of shit that you say and do, in my eyes, because not everybody can get to see that, and I just really respect our elders.
I think Bob's gonna go out on top of my ass.
No. This is Rob said, I'm out. I hope you have a good night. And D-Ray Promotion said, appreciate you, fam. But yeah, on that note, we're gonna end it. And let me tell you, Errol Spence, get your shit together. Y'all see I'm talking to him. Get your shit together, boy. Stop fucking around. And y'all know, when you know better, you do better. And my Pamela James voice. Peace. See you later, ATL.